host, callers, and guests are not those of the Bluebird. Expressed by the host, callers, and guests are not those of the BlueBroadcastNetwork.com, Envisage Production Enterprises, DDV Media LLC, its advertisers, sponsors, or employees. Like to cop you on the air? Quarters to Mike to Cop. Are you on the air? Mike to Cop, identify.
We are live and on the air here at an undisclosed location in the People's Republic of New Jersey. We're on the air, dopey. Every time I bring this guy, every time I have him on the air, it's a clusterfuck. Every time.
Christ.
I wanted to have him come on the air, Chris, and sit because he did a wonderful job at the Winter Wonderland and Santa Comes to Patterson. And I wanted to be able to have him come on the air and talk about it a little bit. And we start the show with Chris holding up someone else's cell phone and talking as if this is a cafeteria, a lunchroom cafeteria or something.
Yeah, and now he's sweating.
Chris, I don't see you doing this when you're on the other show. Wipe the jelly donut. Wipe my jelly donut off your mouth that you ate. My fucking jelly donut.
So basically, you don't take us serious? Like, we're just a joke to you on this show.
The show was supposed to start with Hope and Harmony was the theme of 2021, and that's not the theme anymore. This whole day has been off the rails since the very beginning. Did you know that?
It has been.
The producer of the show was in the booth taking the place of the engineer. The engineer, Jacob the Inhaler, is behind us right now, setting up a camera.
You skipped a lot of steps. You said the day's been off the rail from the beginning. You skipped a whole lot of bullshit.
I'm saving that for later.
No.
Because I don't know if I could speak about the yet due to ramifications of illegalities said attorney told me not to.
And
Esquire, lawyer, all that stuff.
All right. I'm just saying, you skipped a lot of shit.
My safe word is pineapple. All right. I'm not going to officially start the show until that camera's set and this door is closed. Because I don't like the door.
Was that a demand, or are you? Are you?
No, I'd like the door closed. I'd like to just,
Jacob,
so basically,
I hope you appreciate the diva.
No,
that Michael
is in
regards to Tommy.
I had high hopes.
Simple.
Unknown. Let me just tell you this. I had high hopes for 2021. Forget it. It's over. We're 3 days in, and it's no different.
It was supposed to be a good, nice, hey, Happy New Year show. Let's talk about some positive things.
Peace and love. Yeah. Peace and love. Hope and harmony.
Chris has done a phenomenal job the past couple weeks. You've done a phenomenal job the past couple weeks. and this is what we're starting at.
We have the prettiest guest. Wait, I can't say tie with Carol. Well, no, Carol wasn't on my show.
No, so you can
this
say
is my
That was a boom.
so this is my prettiest guest.
your prettiest guest.
Tia Bell, psychic,
I agree.
former Passaic County Sheriff's Department,
Welcome.
crime scene investigator,
The
producer,
The list goes
reality star.
on.
I'm not done. I can go. I got
you're-
5. Her business card must be like a CVS
It's a
receipt. It must
resume.
be really
Your
raw.
business card is
Yeah.
a resume.
So say hello,
There we
everybody.
go.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for having me here today.
No problem. Welcome.
Our pleasure.
It's so nice to be back amongst the boys.
So what we're going to do is we'll talk a little bit about our holidays and what we did, because we had a Christmas show, or a show that was supposed to be on a few days before Christmas, but it happened to be right after one of our events that we did, and I was burnt out,
Yeah.
emotionally and physically drained. And that was the Winter Wonderland in Phillipsburg.
Doing a lot of work that week.
Yeah, so Phillipsburg Winter Wonderland. Jacob the Inhaler in the booth. Panda called out sick today, so we got Jacob, which is 5 steps up. No offense, Panda, but you know, you're just not that good. So Jacob's in the booth, and he's going to run up a couple of photos, split the screen, I think, when we're talking about it. Just randomly put them up there. So the Winter Wonderland, what that is, it's by Brothers Before Others. You know, I'm the president and founder of that charity. We don't talk a lot about the charity on the show, but today we'll be doing that a little bit. And Blue Magazine upstairs, El Jefe Del Valle, Danny Del Valle.
Big ups.
Yep, the owner of the studio here and gives us this space. And PBA Local 56, which is Phillipsburg and Lopakon PBA, the local PBA there. What we did was we partnered with Flynn's on the Hill, which is a private entity. It's like a wedding hall. We couldn't do it in a school this year because of COVID and stuff like that. So we decided to use a private place to kind of get away from being told what to do by the government. Because, you know, people stayed in New Jersey, they changed the rules all the time.
Yeah.
So we felt a little safer using Flynn's on the Hill because we could still abide by the COVID rules, but not the nonsense that comes with it when they just decide to change them the night before. So we were 100% COVID compliant. We had the plastic shields up. We had the hand sanitizer stations and stuff like that. I think we did over 100 families, 230 kids. Came through like a U-shaped area, and we'll see them on the photos. And they got candy at a candy station, hats, like Christmas hats, necklaces that light up. Got to visit Santa Claus.
I'm sure they all absolutely loved it.
Yeah, got their picture taken with Santa Claus, and on their way out, they got a stuffed animal or some sort of toy. And then all of those photos, a Quarter Mile Photo in New Jersey, a professional photographer, Randy is the owner. He came. And he took the photos, and we put them up online, so all the families got to actually have Christmas photos with Santa Claus as well.
Nice.
Again, COVID compliant, masks, the whole 9 yards. So we did that on the 19th, and then 20th was supposed to be the show. Obviously, we didn't do that. We were just beat.
Yeah.
And then the 23rd, we did in Patterson, very close to where we are now, without revealing exactly where we are.
Yeah.
Undisclosed, kind of like your identity.
Yes.
We did Santa Comes to Patterson, which was supposed to be small, Tia. We were only supposed to have 300 kids, maybe 400. But what happens with Danny and I is we throw ideas around, and then he said, "Oh, we're going to do 500." And I'm like, "All right, I can get some toys donated." And he got toys donated, and he's like, "Maybe we'll do 1,000." And I was like, just being a smart ass, because I'm a smart ass, I said, "Why don't we fucking do 2,000?"
Bet.
Danny's like, "Challenge accepted." So 2,000 kids got presents in Patterson
That's awesome.
on
Amazing.
December 23rd.
Yeah.
Santa Claus in a convertible, one of those ad trucks with the video screens on it.
Yeah.
Went old school with the speakers, put them up on top of the blue van, blew out the neighborhoods as we were driving in, playing Christmas music. We had a lot of elves who before that wrapped 200 presents. They were great, and we had a Grinch. Can
did
you
have a
guess who the
Grinch.
Grinch was?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Grinch was sitting somewhere not too far from me.
Right. Chris was the Grinch. And in this
Yes.
particular instance, the Grinch did not steal Christmas. The Grinch saved Christmas.
He saved Christmas.
Yeah. We had a meeting in the morning, and I told Chris, I said, "Chris, when you put that mask on, you're like a superhero. In everyday life, you're just Chris,
Yeah.
the guy who wants pizza and thinks a woman has 6 labias and stuff like that."
Yeah. And humps his mattress.
Right. But when he puts the mask on,
His
it's like
identity
being a
changes.
superhero. Like you're emboldened when you have that mask on. You could say and do whatever you want, right?
I can.
You can. You could break into like a Chinese type voice if you feel like
I mean,
it.
if I feel like doing, I could if I want to.
Right. You could. You could just do
Yeah.
anything. So Chris was very happy because I gave him a little tutorial on how to be, because I've been the Grinch many years. I just needed a break.
Yeah.
Plus, the thought of being the Grinch in Patterson in the freezing cold for like 7 hours, hard pass.
Yeah.
So I figured let Chris do it. So he did an awesome job. As soon as he put that mask on, it was like he was a different person. He was stinking, stanking, and stunking all through the neighborhood.
Stunk.
Kids, smiles on the kids' faces like you will not believe. Mm-hmm. Everybody, he stole the show. Everybody loved the Grinch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Do you have a good time?
Yeah, because, I gave the kids an experience that I once experienced.
You once experienced that?
Yeah, of course, the Grinch was not around when I was a kid, but...
Well, he was. You just didn't meet him.
Yeah.
No. I mean, the Grinch got popularized after the movie came out.
Okay, you do realize that there was a Grinch cartoon. Boris Karloff was the voice of the Grinch, and it's from the 60s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right. So you did no research for the show at all. Okay, go on. Go on.
No, so basically, I would gravitate towards Santa Claus because he's Santa Claus,
Right.
But kids they love the Grinch, so that's them. But I've shared the experience that I've had. I gave those experience to those kids, even though my Christmas was very different from what they experienced.
Right.
And I'm gonna give an example, right?
We'll start with the conversation that you had on Christmas Eve. Tell everybody what your Christmas Eve conversation
I
consisted
felt
of.
like, Josh, that we were going to have an emotional moment,
John.
and we were going to connect to his childhood and maybe explain a lot of
Exactly.
things.
Why do you have to come
this
here and
goes,
bring...
This goes to that.
No, it doesn't. No, it does not. Actually, he's wrong.
Okay.
So,
Just tell him to shut up then.
yeah, shut up, Josh.
Well, you already fired me, so good luck on Friday.
Who, me?
No, Chris.
Oh,
Chris
okay.
fired me.
Chris fired him.
So get to your heartfelt
So,
moment. Don't let his interruption
So
ruin your story.
I can remember. We went when I was in school, like in grade school. We did like a field trip, right, to Newark Airport. And this is when I first realized I've been to.
All right, hold on.
Who's
I can't.
hosting
Hold
the
on. I can't let that
No,
go.
what happened to the moment?
All right,
What happened to the moment?
But I just want to make sure I heard this right. You
so-
went on a field trip
Hosted
to
by-
Newark Airport.
See Santa Claus.
Hosted by.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Was the field trip
All right.
hosted by ICE?
All right.
Was the field trip?
Yeah. One of those. Sir, you've just won a 46-inch flat screen. Come on down to the Patterson Police Department to pick it up. So just
What am I doing in El Salvador?
I'm gonna rewind. This is gonna
I
be
don't know why I'm in a cage.
This is gonna be a long day. So I want to rewind. So we're at the point where you're going on a field trip with your school to Newark Airport
Notice Chris laughed through none
to
of
see
that.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, on an airplane hangar.
Okay.
I remember
That's
Santa
where
Claus,
the hangar.
they opened up the big doors right off the hangar, and that's where I see Santa Claus coming up
It
from an
comes
airplane.
full circle. Just
Right.
stay on the ride.
Con-
Just stay on the ride.
Continental Airlines. The
Continental Airlines. What was the
Yeah.
flight number?
I have no idea.
All right. You just.
I didn't care.
I thought Rain Man would know the flight number from 30 years ago, but apparently.
And then years later, I went to another trip. I took a train, NJ Transit train. That was my first time of my life being on a train.
Right.
And they were giving out gifts. Every fight. My Christmas experience was way different than what kids are going through now, especially through a pandemic.
Right.
Can
I just say something to you? Because I feel like when we first met you, you didn't really drink and stuff, and you didn't have a lot of worldly experiences. And you never hung out with a lot of men. And now you're learning a lot of different things, right? You're learning how to bust balls and all this stuff. Let me give you a little lesson about something. You never put your back to a woman, ever, like you're doing right now. Turn your body just... Chris, I know you're talking, but turn your body just a little bit. And every once in a while, look over to this young lady and engage her, look into her eyes, and pull her into the conversation. Because there's 4 people in the room.
Well, you should have seen how he was with Dan on our show. He was googly-eyed.
Oh, McDreamy, hussy.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah.
Dan Hussey.
This guy wants to believe that I'm gay.
That's not what I said.
Hey, Chris,
No, you
love is
want
love.
us to-
2021, love is love. Love is
Exactly.
love.
That's first thing. Let's get that out.
Let's
of the
get that
way.
out
Love
right
is love.
away.
Second of all,
Love is love.
Dan Hussey, retired NYPD.
He's a good-looking dude.
He's one of the best-looking dudes in our group. He is our group's Prince. Remember the routine that Jamie Foxx did years ago, where he said you can't look in Prince's eyes because Prince is just too pretty.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's just too pretty. Well, that's Dan Hussey. So when Dan was here, I said I don't want any disrespect. I just didn't look at him when I was talking to, but Chris made that mistake. So for the rest of the show, I mean, Chris was like giddy. He was turning his chair, facing him. They were cracking jokes. Dan, he worked for years.
Turning my chair? Wow.
He worked for years as a sergeant in the mounted unit. And Chris was like, oh yeah, I took a picture with a horse once. Ha ha. Like crazy. Like, you know, just trying to make conversation.
I have that internet access blocked on my I can't get to those sites anymore. The horse pictures. Because Chris went on my laptop and then he just. I got all sorts of like spyware put on it and stuff, and so they're blocked now. So this is safe. Don't worry about hitting the button and it going wacky.
Going back to the main subject here,
which is what?
I'm
asking what the main subject is.
How you got deported?
No, like we
on a field trip.
Like I myself, and along with all of us, we brought happiness to the kids in the city that I grew up in.
Which was what?
Patterson.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
So a lot of people were isolated during the pandemic quarantine, and the kids who grew up in the hood, they are exposed to domestic violence or street violence.
Is hood an appropriate term to use in 2021? Because in New York City you can't say perp anymore, according to the mayor. Perp meaning perpetrator. You're not allowed to. Can we say hood?
We could say hood.
Yeah,
we could do whatever.
Hood is acceptable.
We could say whatever the fuck we want.
How about
exactly.
How about PJs? Can you say PJs instead of projects? Is that okay?
That's cool.
Okay.
We can do that.
PJs, whatever.
Okay. I'm just checking because I don't want you to get in trouble with legal.
PJs, not BJs, Chris. PJs.
So the kids in their home stuck.
Kid takes direction well. He's making eye contact.
Due to the pandemic, right? And
not to the point of like making her weak creepy.
Don't get creepy. Yeah.
A 2 or 3 second. Don't gaze into her eye. 2 or 3 seconds, and then come back to the microphone.
The last thing the kids want to be exposed to be, facing is the violence that occurs in the streets. So, I mean, I'll just never forget it.
What about the part where I had to rescue him? Grinch, like security detail, had to come in. I was riding on the steps of the van, and I told Chris, "Don't be afraid to go up to whoever, and it's Christmas, and just Grinch it up, dude." I was a cop in the 80s and 90s in New York City, right? I know bad dudes when I see them, and it's just a feeling that you get. And there were some hard-ass dudes, like 7 or 8 of them on the corner, looking like, what the hell's going on here? They're hearing sirens, there's all these cars, and Chris goes up to them, the 7 of them, and he starts stinking and stanking and doing all sorts of things, and he's putting his hands in their faces. I'm like, this dude's gonna get shot. So I jump off the van and I go, Grinch security detail, everybody step back, step away. They all laughed and we had a good laugh about it. But he really took on that role of the Grinch, didn't you?
Yeah.
And the weird thing was, when the mask came off, he was a changed person. Because I don't know if you remember this, Josh, but afterwards we wanted to blow off a little steam. What's the name of the joint next door?
The Yard.
We went to the Yard. It's right next door.
I've been.
Oh, the best part.
Had a couple of drinks, right, just to unwind. And we were sitting there, and there was the 3 of the elves were there. 4 elves were there, the 4 main elves. And I said to Chris, rate the 4 girls right now.
I love this story.
Rate them. All 4. He was so much in his Grinch mode that he rattled off.
No, you did worse than that.
Not only did he rate them.
You did worse than that. There were 4 girls.
I said you could only pick 3.
In the Yard?
Rate the top 3. So right away, at minimum, one of the girls he's eliminating to their face. Basically,
oh my God, that's horrible.
All pretty, all pretty girls, all nice looking women. So then he takes it a step further and starts he goes. I said 3rd runner up, 2nd runner up, 1st place. So when you announce 1st place, the 4th place person finds out, they're the ugly duckling, which there were no ugly ducklings there.
And that there really isn't a pageant going on anyway, but.
And actually, the 3 girls that were there are going to be our 3 bachelorettes on our Blue Bachelor show coming up. And the 4th one is going to be our special guest host. Honey Dip is her name, apparently. Everybody that comes on the air feels like they have to have a name.
Wow.
So she's dubbed herself Honey Dip. So that's what we're going to call her when she's on the air.
I just want to stick with Jacob.
No, you're Jacob the Inhaler. So he rates the 3 girls. He rates the girls, and not only does he put them in their order, he tells them why he put them in their order. Oh yeah.
Yes.
And one of the pretty, they're all good-looking girls, pretty girls, beautiful girls, whatever. But like the one that he put forth, like should not. I don't know. I can't say she shouldn't have been fourth because I'm saying she should have been somebody else, and I'm falling into his trap. So I'm not going to do that.
There's no right answer.
Right, but according to him, there is. He rated them 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Where did you get the courage to do that? And the weird thing was, they all seemed a little bit more attracted to Chris after he did that.
Wow.
They were all looking for his, approval and appreciation.
He was playing a game. Are you just tricking all of us?
Did you
Chris?
get any digits that day?
No.
Why did you pause? You did. You got a phone number, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
You got a phone number, you sly dog.
No, I didn't. No.
Right.
No, I was with him the whole time.
No. Okay. All right, so that's what we did. So we did Patterson. Santa comes to Patterson, which was unbelievable. It'll happen every year now. It's going to get bigger and bigger every year. It was an amazing experience. Probably one of the best Christmases I've ever had because this was a really shitty year.
I know.
And I think a lot of women came out. Ron will tell a story later on when he's on about someone who actually approached him. But people came out and were saying there was going to be no Christmas for them.
Horrible.
Kids looking forward to it for weeks. Beautiful to see community and law enforcement together that way, right from the jump. Like everybody's guard, everybody's like whatever walls are down. You know what I mean? From the cop side and the civilian side, the kids' faces, the moms, the parents.
Trying to make sure I didn't get robbed.
And even more from that,
Trying to make sure toys didn't get robbed.
from the cop side. You know what, we talked about it for Marshall. Like one of the most beautiful things for me to see. I'll use Danny's word. One of the most powerful things for me to see is this year especially. I mean, you could go back the last decade. You could go back since forever. Cops have been shit on, endlessly. But this year has been ridiculously hard on cops. I mean, literally to the point where they're talking about defunding them. So if there ever was a year,
Defund these.
yeah, if there ever was a year
These
for
nuts.
cops to be jaded, for cops to be pissed off, for cops to have no interest in that kind of community outreach, and then to see that on that level, listen, we're all friends. We're all running the same circles. Nobody there's a millionaire.
Right.
Nobody there's got all the time in the world. Everybody's there because they genuinely wanted to be there. And to see cops who have every reason to be pissed off and be like, you know what, fuck this. I want nothing to do with nothing. Still showing up to that level, hand wrapping, thousands of presents, running in the streets of some of the hardest hit areas of Patterson. Fourth Ward is hard hit. And to still see that
Iraq,
kind of
basically.
selflessness was huge. It was neat is an understatement to watch him, from third person. It was really sharp.
And it's not an accident that everybody that's here today, in one way or another, was involved in one or both of those events.
Correct.
That's the circles that we're running in, and I'm very proud of the people that I associate with because
Except the unknown. Nobody knows where the fuck he's from.
I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does, who he does it with. It's just he's got a mask. He's very mysterious.
Nobody knows who I am.
He's just a little slow on the uptake with the sound effects.
Well, I mean,
Josh,
I haven't seen this fucking thing in like a month and a half. So
Josh, you know the story, right? We have a budget, and I spent $1,500 on this 12.9-inch iPad Pro. I just spent another $110 on an iPad Apple Pen.
yeah, fresh avocado. That's what you
fresh
get now.
avocado. I got a fresh avocado. I don't even know what the Apple Pen does, but I saw it, and it goes with this, and I said, I guess I got to have that too. So we spend our budget on things like this, and then we don't have a dump button or a mute button, so we got to press a clown horn if somebody talks and we don't want to hear what they have to say, or
Gunshots. That's what we get.
none of those in Patterson on the 23rd.
No?
That was a beautiful day,
Wow.
wonderful day. Hope and peace and love and harmony is kind of my theme.
And that's what it's going to be from here on out.
Yes. So, all right. So then, what about personal? Like, what did you do? A little bit into your life. Give us a little bit without tipping away who you are and what you do. Like, how was your holiday?
I worked for a little bit
On Christmas?
on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Christmas Day, the unknown was off.
Okay.
Spending time with the unknown's family.
Right. Do your kids run around with little masks on, or is it just you?
No, they do. I've actually,
I'm wondering. I'm just trying to a little peek inside your life.
full disclosure, I have no idea what my kids actually look like.
Oh, okay.
I've never
All
seen.
right.
They were actually
Right.
born with masks
Well, that's
on.
more your wife's fault than your fault, probably.
Yeah,
All
true.
right. Okay, I'm just saying. Milkman, post office.
It's weird. They have a different complexion, but that's neither here nor there.
Right. Well, it's somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Some
So
weird guy
Christmas,
closed the house.
quiet Christmas.
Yeah, quiet.
Good.
Just relaxed. Ate a lot. New Year's was a little bit more little bit more.
Do you have
active.
people over? Did you? You're in.
I went out.
Oh, you went out.
Yeah,
Oh,
I went out.
holy shit! On New Year's Eve, you went out.
Yes.
What state do you live in?
Delaware.
Okay. Bullshit. How many? Did you go like to a restaurant?
No, I
or-
went to a house.
Oh, you went to someone's house.
Yeah,
You had a house
somebody's
party.
house.
Okay. Okay, not bad.
A lot of karaoke going on.
Okay.
A lot of champagne.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
A lot of moonshine.
I
No,
wanna have like a karaoke show. Like I wanna just do. I have so many show ideas in my head.
Yeah.
And we
know,
can
we could do
legally
that.
it without getting shut down.
How do we do karaoke? Like if we play
just
2
need-
seconds of any song,
No,
Facebook
we-
shuts us down
No, but we can play karaoke music.
and sing over it.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Aha.
All right.
Aha.
All right. So that was your. So you
Yeah.
went out to a house. Tia, how about you? What'd you do for the holidays?
I went to a restaurant.
And People's State of Republic in New Jersey.
Yes, it was.
That communist
Yes.
state.
Well,
Oh,
at least in New Jersey, you guys get to go still to restaurants. In Pennsylvania, restaurants, the infinite wisdom of Governor Wolf. And listen, I respect the disease, the illness, the sickness, the Wuhan, whatever you want to call it, the COVID, right? I mean, I know a few people that passed away from it. My daughter had it. It hit close to home, even though she's 24 and healthy. I was scared shit.
Yeah.
But I respect it, and I try to do everything I can. Look, I have my little spray thing here. We try to remain socially distant as much as we can in here. We clean all the stuff in between guests, but it's too much. Like they just change the rules all the time. So 10 days before Christmas holidays, 10 days before, where restaurants are probably going to make their most money.
Exactly.
Right? And they were just coming out of the close down, so they just got back up and running. He closes them down again.
my God.
So now there's Facebook pages that say that were put up by Karens all across Monroe County and Lehigh Valley and all these places that say these are the bad restaurants that are shut down. I mean, that are open during the shutdown and trying to shame them. It was almost like when I was a cop and they put up the cooping locations, like where cops go to sleep, and the off-limit locations where you shouldn't go eat. That was my guideline. I went to that list and said, if that's on that list, that must be a really good restaurant. They must be doing the right thing price-wise, so I'm going to those. So the Facebook pages went from like shaming the restaurants to like, let's go on the Facebook page and see what restaurants are open because that's who we're going to support and that's where we're going to go eat. So more than one occasion I've gone out. I usually make a post from an undisclosed location in Pennsylvania, enjoying a meal with other free Americans, critical thinkers, people that aren't going to be paralyzed by.
Speaking about all of that, did you know in China, the way they celebrate New Year's Eve, crowded streets, crowded plazas, fireworks.
Shut up!
Meanwhile, in Times Square, we're empty.
Serious.
Well, Mayor de Blasio and his wife got to have their own private dance.
Damn.
And,
Yeah, I saw
was
that.
Their,
I saw
their
that.
wedding
Yeah.
dance. Wasn't that sweet?
I feel like the mic is going to come on in the booth because I think a vein just burst in Josh's head when I said that about the mayor.
I think mine too.
That's almost like how when Christie shut down the park for his own family to go play around.
And it's funny she said that because that's exactly.
2021, you were on point, son. I love the way you're hitting with.
When Tia said that, that's exactly what I thought. It looked like a wedding. Like it looked like their.
It was like their wedding dance, and it was a shove down everybody's throat.
Yes.
And that's the part for me that I cannot stand his indignance.
The elitist.
I have a problem
the
with
elitist,
it.
like, you do this, but I'm going to do that,
yes,
you know?
Yes,
It was
Wasn't
Nero.
that called
It
a
was- it-
dictator when we were young?
It was Nero.
called
That
a
was what it was.
dictator.
Everybody.
Who am I? I'm J-Lo.
There you go.
Did you see her dancing through that cage or whatever the hell she was doing?
Yeah, that was a little bizarre.
It's ridiculous. And then you see the thing that even the FBI, because again, you take everything with a grain of salt from the source. But
Who's the
the
source?
FBI has
The source, the rap magazine?
Hodge Twins.
Oh.
Hodge Twins. Did
I
a
thought he
bit-
meant the source, the rap magazine, Jacob
That's,
D.
all.
Taylor.
That's the only source that I know.
That's what I read.
Hodge Twins did
Subscription, home delivery. What's up?
One of their rants on de Blasio's wife's mask, and her people have actually addressed it. So there is legitimacy to it. If you look at her mask,
I know nothing
Yeah.
about this mask controversy.
Me either.
if you look at her mask, and I'll get a picture, I'll put it up on your page so people
You
can
want to
see
know
it.
why I know nothing about the mask controversy?
don't
I
care.
fell asleep at 10 o'clock on New Year's Eve. I
So-
woke
so
up
fuck
at...
my story then, yeah.
No, I'm going to I woke up at 11:58 to see
that was
that...
good timing.
Yeah, somebody called or texted or whatever to say Happy New Year. And then I saw that little part with the dancing mask thing. I thought it was a nightmare, and I rolled over and I went back to sleep.
Ridiculous.
It wasn't a nightmare. It was real.
But the FBI has confirmed the mask that she was wearing was patchwork of the same symbol, and it's the symbol for pedophiles.
Yes, I've seen that.
FBI confirmed it. They said, no, that's it. Now, and her people even addressed it. They said she had no idea.
Oh, please.
Right, but wait, so the
no
FBI
idea.
turned around and said, okay, well, if she had no idea and it was accidental and where'd you get the mask from?
They all go to that
'Cause-
island.
Because it's not like you went to Walmart and got that mask.
Right.
So, okay, if you had no idea it was an accident, no
Do
harm,
we
no
have to
foul.
say allegedly before you're saying any of these things? Because
No,
Okay, I'm
it's
just-
legit. Like,
all right.
Because
you're the producer, you're HR, and you're legal, all wrapped into one in there.
Her people
let you know,
legitimately
so.
addressed it. She hasn't, because again, they turned around and said, "Okay, well, if it was an accident,
Yeah.
Right.
no problem. Where'd you get the mask from?"
Epstein.
I mean,
hasn't
I
been
can see
anything.
how that could happen.
Got it
Remember,
from
I was
Epstein.
called. Remember when I was called a white supremacist because I had a scorpion on my arm? Remember that?
That's a
People
scorpion.
can
I thought it was a lobster.
No,
listen,
and what I changed it to make it more of a.
Listen,
It's
don't feel that bad. Chris just called me a white supremacist on New Year's Eve.
like him and me and Jacob might be the only three people. Unknown are only three people that know that you are white anyway. So, how that would nobody believe that. Why'd you call him a white supremacist?
Danny
You said
asked
you
me.
didn't know me?
No.
Danny asked you.
Yeah.
Fired you?
Did it hurt?
No.
He,
If he didn't
oh, he
know
asked
me,
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he didn't, if I
Tell
if,
Tia what do you call a something that has dough, and then you put sauce and cheese on it? What is that called?
you know,
Where I come from, it's a calzone. I don't know.
pizza.
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 No. Not pizza. You're new to the show. Not pizza. Pizza.
Right.
Peksa. Pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah. Chris, you know what? I don't know if everybody picked it up. Pick up your glass again, bring it a little closer to the microphone, and take another sip. Oh, your sarcasm meter's gotten a little bit better. Good to know.
This is Chris. This is Chris.
him if he didn't know me, what did he think I was? And he stated a white supremacist or a terrorist or a
Jacob's not even white.
or what was it? Oh, one of them homeland terrorists where I say fuck the government, shoot up everyone.
Right, domestic terrorist. Yeah, right.
I do account myself as a sovereign citizen. but-
So Danny meant like, what do you think? Danny meant like, what do you think Jacob is like? Is he white? Is he Portuguese? Is he?
I'm Irish.
You're Irish?
Yes.
Well, I know that.
But then why'd you say he was a white supremacist?
Like I said, the question was if I saw Jacob in the street and I didn't know him, I just randomly saw him.
Right.
I was thinking, oh, this guy's part from the trailer, or probably another Timothy
Holy
McVeigh.
shit! Wait. He said so. He just elaborated a little bit more. He said if he saw you on the street, he would think you came from a trailer, and you're like Timothy McVeigh. On top of you're a you're a trailer park living, white supremacist acting, Timmy McVeigh looking.
Listen, I don't know.
Domestic terrorist.
I don't know what 2021 looks like, but this sounds like a Blue Beef stew. I'm just saying. This sounds like a Blue Beef stew to me.
He did knock out.
This is a grudge
Private
match.
Jarek.
Yeah, this is a grudge match.
You do it, yeah, but he outweighs him by like 500 pounds. How much do you weigh?
Probably 250.
What do you weigh?
255.
200.
You're 200. All right, we might be able to make that happen. If anything over 205 is fair game. You could be 206 and 270, and you could fight.
I say go with mud wrestling.
We could do that too, but you'd have to get involved in that. We're not gonna. Nobody's gonna pay to see Chris mud wrestle. No offense, Chris.
I would.
So what'd you do for the holidays?
It would just look like you were in your natural habitat.
What'd you do for the holidays? And if you say that you went to an airplane hangar in Newark Airport to visit Santa Claus, I'm gonna backhand you.
I'm done.
What'd you do?
I'll give up.
So on Christmas Eve, the following day, I did my Christmas shopping.
Wait, hold on.
No.
Wait, you went Christmas shopping on Christmas Day?
The 23rd of December, the day after, the 24th.
So Christmas Eve. Okay.
So because we
Christmas Eve?
What?
not because
Christmas Eve?
what?
On Christmas Eve, you went Christmas shopping.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm back
Okay.
for the Christmas Eve story.
my
'cause I gotta
my
shop
last
this.
minute shopping.
Let me ask you a question. What'd you do with that Hondo? That little, Danny, he didn't know what a Hondo was until it came in his PayPal. Then he knew what it was. I gave him a bonus for being such a good Grinch.
What about me? I don't get bonuses.
What? You weren't the Grinch. You got a bonus
Oh,
today,
yeah, that's
homie.
right, I do get bonuses.
All right
I keep
then.
on forgetting. Our bonuses are
X day on the bonus day, okay?
Yeah.
So, what did you do? You went Christmas shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Am I getting my gift after the show, or when is that happening?
When you go to Newark Airport.
I'm gonna buy you something at the duty-free shop.
Sorry. I'm not going to recover from that Newark Airport. I'm just not. I'm going down hard on that one.
Mike, I ordered you pizza in a bag with pepperoni.
Is it time for me to tell his Christmas Eve story? No, I mean we.
All right, here,
I mean, it's
let
not even
him
like a
say
long
what he
story.
did.
I just wanted to
let
set
him
the
say what
scene.
Let him say what he did.
Okay.
And then you could tell that story, and
So-
then we'll go to a
Really?
break.
All
We'll go to a
right.
break.
It's not even a story. I'll set the scene. Go ahead. Chris.
So I leave work, right? I take an Uber to Garden State Plaza.
Which work? How many jobs do you have?
This job.
Okay, because you're like a Jamaican. You have like
Oh, no,
9
he's got
jobs.
another job he's not telling you about.
So
Security guard.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
get to that.
Yeah, top flight.
so I did my Christmas shopping, wrap up the gifts, go to my
What'd you get, Danny?
we had a Secret Santa, but I did not have Danny.
Yeah, but that
Okay.
doesn't matter.
You
So-
can't say you can't say what you got for the Secret Santa
Yeah.
because that would ruin the secrecy of the secret. I
Yeah.
understood.
That's classified information.
Okay,
so.
got
Oh,
it.
nice.
All
That
right.
was good.
So we Hispanics, Tia, we start on Christmas Eve.
How do you know she's not Hispanic?
No, I'm just saying.
No. What you said was Hispanics, Tia, what we do on Christmas Eve. As
Get
if-
her a
how do you
title,
know-
though.
How do you know what she is?
I
All
think
right, you
he's
know what?
telling me you and
Better
I are
question.
alike.
Better question. Better question. Not how do you know what she is. Look at her and tell me what is she.
Oh Jesus! No, Chris, how many rabbit holes do you have to fall down
No, Chris.
before you realize?
Look at her and tell me what she is right now.
At this point, it's Fox.
Come on, Chris.
I'll say Italian.
I am Italian.
Why do you think that she's
Check
Italian?
Check out the big
Russia.
brain on Brad.
Why do you think that she's Italian? Because of her blonde hair?
No, her accent.
Her accent? Okay,
I'm
what
not
else?
from Italy.
What else?
Italian American.
I'm Italian American.
Are you mixed?
Dude, I'm about a half a mile up the block.
Mixed what? What do you mean mixed?
What am I mixed with?
What are you
Like-
insinuating?
Like, I would say like.
Italian?
I
Oh,
am.
wait. Better question, because I'm learning. I'm
Stop.
learning. What do you think that she's mixed with?
He's free falling right now. Just
so
somebody
we've already
told him-
established that you think she's Italian. What do you
She said
think?
she confirmed it. Though.
Yeah, no. It's confirmed. We're going with that she's Italian. We're gonna do our own 23andMe right here in studio. We don't need DNA. What do you think she's mixed with besides Italian? I told my father I was more German than Irish when I did mine. He's like,
So
"That's
he's
fucking
thinking-
bullshit."
He's thinking. You don't understand. When you ask him a question and he's thinking and you talk over it, it fucks the rabbits up in his head. That you gotta be quiet
All
so
right.
they can concentrate.
Okay,
Go
but
ahead.
dead air is no good. We can't have dead air. So Italian and what?
Please.
I'll say Irish.
Okay, that was wrong.
See, I don't know. Like
He
Right,
just went with
but
any two
but
white races.
but do it on something. Like make your guess like based on
Scandinavian.
something.
Scroll.
I'm lost right now.
You're making him afraid.
Skull. Skull.
Skull.
My family would say 3/4 bitch.
Skull.
I'll drink to that.
Skull to the Tasmanian Italian.
Exactly.
But
Do you know what? Okay, forget that. Do you know what Tia does for a living?
Oh boy.
well, yeah, I've heard that she was you were a TV star,
I would
First,
say
back up.
a
Before that.
psychic.
Before
Then
that.
you were
She actually knows if you're wearing boxers or briefs right now. Do you know that?
She has
do you know
X-ray
that?
vision.
You're assuming he wears underwear. Wrong answer.
Oh wait, today's Sunday, laundry day. You free
Wrong.
balling today?
huh?
Are you free balling today?
I don't know.
No,
What that means.
Commando, free balling. You know what that means, right?
no.
I don't know about
When
Wait,
do I get to set
If
this?
you don't know what commando or free ball is, and I say to you, "Are you commando or free balling?" and you say no, how do you answer a question that you don't know what the definition of the words are in that question?
See, I don't know about underwear.
Is
or
no
anything,
your default answer to things when you don't know what they are?
but he's definitely got a gerbil in his ass.
A what?
A gerbil.
Oh, okay.
What's a juggle?
Say that in Chinese.
Oh, he definitely had gerbil in his booty hole. I hear it. It got. It got.
When do I get to set the scene?
Usually this happens at the end of the show.
When do I get to set the scene?
All right,
for
tell
his-
your story and then we'll go to a
It's not
break.
even a story. I just
All right,
want
set
you
the
to
scene.
imagine the Bonilla house.
Yeah,
on
so
Christmas.
I haven't even finished.
Let him
Right.
talk before I mute
What do you mean you haven't even heard it? You told it.
I
So
know.
when he was googly eyeing Dan and he was trying to explain what his Christmas Eve was like. He's like, what he was doing. He was just talking to Dan again, background, Dan, retired.
Right,
NYPD
McDreamy.
Sergeant, counterterrorism, lot of years of New Year's Eve, dealing.
Blocked IPAs.
Right, there you go.
Limited access on the internet. We got it. Horses. We got it.
Right, correct. So he starts, well, that's what we were, Christmas Eve, I was sitting with my mother and we were talking about ISIS. I'm like, wait a minute. So I said, picture this scene at his house. We already know.
Does your mom speak English?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
He's got one cat that has freedom. That one cat that's happy, adjusted freedom. He's
Meaning
got another
it could leave the house and come back whenever it wants kind of freedom?
No, freedom like it's not locked in the crate 23 out of 24 hours a day. Like
You
the
have
other
a cat locked in a crate?
Yeah.
I got rid of the cat.
That's the house cat.
When you say got rid of it, you mean it went to a farm somewhere?
No, because
like it went to Jesus. It went to Jesus.
that cat was very violent towards my mom, so I had to get rid of it. I took action.
What do you mean got rid of it?
Bro, are you a cat killer?
No, I gave it to my
I
friend.
saw that on Netflix. That thing, don't torture cats or some shit.
I grabbed the kid.
What's the friend's name?
Ahmed.
All right. Well, that friend has to FaceTime
The
us today
cat's
with a
name
picture
was
of the cat.
Ahmed?
No.
Oh.
No. It's a whole different story. The cat's a whole different story in itself.
Where did you get the violent cat?
Wow.
Streets of Patterson?
No.
You're breaking the scene.
Oh.
You're breaking the scene. So he's sitting in this house.
You just told me there's a cat locked in a cage.
but
If Julie's listening, you're never getting a date with Sydney now.
But wait. So he's sitting in his house with one cat that has free roam.
Right.
One cat that's still in its cage, even though he's
You
home.
say in its cage like that's normal to have a cat in a fucking cage.
It's not.
That's not normal.
It's not.
I'm not
And
even
then
a cat
dog-
person, but I have
and
three
then
of
a
them.
dog, who, listen, I will confirm is the devil's spawn. COVID. If you guys didn't have COVID, you do now. Skull. Skull. You gotta drink the alcohol to kill it. All right, so.
Cheers.
So, yeah, the cat that has freedom. The cat that has freedom.
Yeah, put
Can
that.
you take it out?
No, put that in your pocket.
Eat
Don't
it.
break
Don't
this.
eat it.
Don't break the
Dear
Tia
Lord,
plane right
make
there
me a
and bring your
bird
snots
so I
over
can
to her
fly
area.
far,
Come on,
far
bro.
away from here. All right, so the one cat with the
I feel like
freedom.
I'm back in intake.
We have to go to a break.
The
We
one,
are-
yeah, we're going to the one cat in a cage, and then the dog that has a collar and a leash on that he never takes off. Ask him why.
He's afraid of the dog.
Ask him why.
Wait, the collar and the leash. I
collar
can see
and the
the
leash are
collar
on all the time.
I can see the collar staying
No,
on indoors.
leash
That's
on
okay.
all the
but why
time.
does the leash stay on indoors?
That dog, first of all, is not my dog. It's my aunt's dog. Right? The dog and the
Tia,
cat have their own story of why.
I don't care about the cat and dog story because I don't know if I speak dog or cat. I just want to know why the dog has a leash on it indoors. Tell me that.
He's extremely violent. He knows I want to take out the
by the-
leash,
Can we talk
but the
about
dog's very violent.
And the dog is about this big.
So here's my question: what does a leash do to
about this
curtail the violence
Is
of
it
a
a
dog?
chihuahua?
It's
Hold
is it?
on, can I just say, can you please tell the audience what kind of dog?
Yes, I need to know this.
It's a chihuahua.
All right, I have a chihuahua.
Okay, but
Dude,
time
wait
out
a
now.
minute. Wait a minute. I need a time
And
out.
Chihuahua is
Time out.
half terrorist
Let me speak.
Go ahead. Hold
and
on.
half pacifist, all in one.
Tia, go ahead.
Tia needs something.
I'm a little confused here, so wait a minute.
We all are. We all are.
The cat's locked up.
Welcome to the show.
The cat's locked up, and the chihuahua wears a constant collar because it's vicious. Am I on the right plane?
No. The cat that used to be in a cage was very violent to my mother. All of the
Violent in what way?
All of the sudden, he got violent towards her. Started scratching. He scratched the shit out of her. Honestly, it happened 2 times. It happened already. I said, you know what? This can't be no more. So I got rid of the cat.
As the man of the house, you said this.
I gave it away to a friend. You know what? Here's the cat. Keep it. I don't want it because. It's
So
too
you
violent.
went to a friend and said, "Hey,
Ahmed.
here's a cat. Ahmed,
Ahmed.
here's a cat.
Uh-huh.
It scratched the shit out of my mom 2 times. Take it." And Ahmed said, "Sure, buddy. Thanks a lot for
No,
the."
he took it. He took it.
Really?
And then Ahmed went to his friend Mr. Wang and said, "Here you go." And I said, "Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you."
Are you saying what was the cat's name? What was the cat's name?
Dead now?
No.
What was the cat's name? What was the cat's name? That's why I said was.
You're gonna say prayer.
What was his name?
At first.
Oh my God! At first, wait, it had more than one name.
This is the best. I forgot about
All right,
this
what was the
stuff.
cat's? Wait, what was the cat's final name when you gave it
No,
away?
first-
We
no,
don't
cat's
have time
agenda.
to hear the cat's
cat's-
7 fucking names.
No.
I know we gotta get to
When you
commercial.
gave the
None of
cat
this is
away, what
good.
was the
The
cat's
cat's
name?
final name was Lo Mein.
No. Mike,
I was setting that up to say, if he said the cat's name was Lucky, I was setting that up for the final destination for Lucky to be the Boo Guy Pen.
You're rolling down a good hill with this. Just let him go with it. But before you get to
We
the
have
names,
real guests.
No, I know.
We didn't get the tea yet.
Get to the
Bookham
gender.
is outside.
Get to the
Torres
gender.
is outside.
Get to the
Shay
gender
is outside. Shay drove from, I think, Afghanistan
Just-
or Baltimore. Same thing. I don't know.
Just get to the gender before you get to the names. This is the best part. This is
Wait,
good.
is a trans? Don't tell me the cat's transgender.
No. Go with the first name.
I mean, good for the cat, right?
Judge free. 2021.
What was the cat's? Wait, what? Okay,
Open
all right,
harmony.
hold on. I gotta rein this in a little bit.
Yeah,
I am MTC, the MC, after all.
Oh, God.
What was the cat's first name?
Ariana, because I thought it was a female.
I didn't. Okay.
It was a
all
male.
right. All right. So Ariana, Ariana, after your weird obsession with Ariana Grande, right?
Yeah, I named her after her because I thought she was a female.
So when he realized,
Okay, all right. So now Ariana, then when you found there was a
realized it's
male,
a male-
did you change it to Tiesto?
no.
Son of a bitch.
No, wait. So now he realizes it's a male. What was its name?
Ariel.
Ariel.
Yeah.
That's the Little
All right,
Mermaid.
Ariel is a girl mermaid.
I
It's
quit.
the Little Mermaid.
I
Ariel's
quit.
the Little
No,
Mermaid.
Ariel. No, it's like,
Okay.
I googled
Did
it.
you name it after Ariel from Ariel's in the sky?
No,
Sings
but that name is
System of a
also,
Down.
it's also
System of a Down,
a male
yeah.
name too. I googled it. I
It
read
is?
Chop suey.
There
Yeah.
was one in the history of the world. There might have been 3 people that are male that were the name Ariel.
And I can
If you're
promise-
listening, call in.
I wouldn't date him, so I can assure you of that.
You dated an Ariel?
I would never date a
Oh,
man named
okay.
Ariel.
All
Just
right.
saying.
So
Well, you're Italian.
So I'll make it very quick. I'll make it very quick.
The story of your life.
One day, that cat goes to my mom's room, and my mom kicks him out. She sprays water at him, and that's when he started getting violent with her.
You sure it wasn't Gizmo?
No. So I said, you know what? This cannot continue.
It's okay, Chris. Continue.
So I said, this can't continue. So I got rid of it. I gave it to a friend, and you know, the cash fine or whatever. So then, a couple months later, we got another cat, but this time from the streets of Patterson, from
Right.
our neighborhood.
Right.
And that cat is
Leroy.
It's day and night comparison. He is sweet. He's kind.
Good.
He's outgoing. So
Because he knows how to play the streets.
so both cats.
Jacob the Inhaler, go ahead.
I have to say something.
Jacob the Inhaler, go ahead from the
I
booth.
don't understand why he can't take the leash off of his dog because it's violent.
Yo.
Because no, let me
Okay.
explain something to you. Because Burke will go as a witness actually. A victim of my dog. Like my dog is 10 times more dangerous than yours, and I'm able to take.
Me too. At that time I took Lucky
But
outside
you
for a
have
walk.
Chihuahua. You have a Chihuahua. My dog is like 10 times the size.
No,
of
Jacob.
yours.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This is the first and the last time I'll ever own a Chihuahua. I don't like that breed no more.
I have a Chihuahua.
The last
Her
time
name
I,
is her name is Ivy.
Dog.
All my last 2 pets are named after rap songs or rappers, Ivy and Sosa.
Oh, all right.
I mean, my next dog.
Sosa.
My next dog is gonna
Sosa.
be a big breed dog like a Labrador or Dalmatian or Husky.
If you can't get a leash off of a Chihuahua, what makes you say you're gonna get a leash off of a Husky?
They're not violent. I mean, I've seen
They're
Husky
not
before.
violent. My dog will come down
All right,
here
our
and tear his
15-minute
leg off.
opening segment on how was your holiday went 50 minutes. We got to go to break. We got to definitely go to break.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
should.
Put some commercials on. Let's pay some bills.
We'll be back in about 5.
If you're searching for a doctor that truly cares about your overall health and well-being, contact Dr. Alex at Tri-State Health and Wellness. For more than 11 years, Dr. Alex has been treating law enforcement professionals and their families while focusing on one-on-one care so you never feel rushed. All necessary testing can be conducted during your visit, and they feature flexible hours and appointments to accommodate alternating work schedules. Tri-State Health and Wellness is conveniently located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Contact Dr. Alex today by visiting www.bluetristate.com. Mortgages for everyday heroes. From Michelle Hendershot and Homebridge Financial Services. If you're looking to purchase a home, or refinance an existing mortgage, Michelle Hendershot can assist you every step of the way. With over 10 years of experience assisting law enforcement officers with their dream of owning a home, the choice is simple. Contact Michelle Hendershot today. Visit www.mortgagesforblue.com. Are you tired of sleeping alone each night? Feeling sluggish during the day? Is your snoring keeping your spouse awake at night? If you find yourself spending too much time on the couch, maybe it's time to visit Dr. Michael Doblin of At Home Sleep Solutions. Dr. Doblin is the preferred sleep apnea doctor of New Jersey's law enforcement officers. With the help of a custom-fitted oral device, you can finally say goodbye to noisy, antiquated sleep apnea machines. For more information and to schedule an appointment today, contact Dr. Michael Doblin. Visit www.bluesnore.com. Moment of Silence, Inc., along with Blue Suicide, is a nonprofit organization founded to support and raise awareness about the epidemic of suicides amongst law enforcement, military personnel, and first responders. For more information on how you can help, visit momentofsilenceinc.org. If you're in the market for a new vehicle or a certified used vehicle, then visit Fetty Auto Group, located at the junction of Route 46 and Route 3 in Clifton, New Jersey. Fetty Auto Group stands shoulder to shoulder with the men and women in blue. Stop by and ask for Troy Mall and ask about the offers for first responders. For more information, visit FettyAuto.com. That's FettyAuto.com. The Blue Magazine, the law enforcement publication by law enforcement professionals for the men and women of law enforcement. The unfiltered voice of law enforcement. TheBlueMagazine.com. Are you patrolling with the pig? If not, you're doing it wrong. Check out all the newest swine swag at ProudPig.blue. They are dirty by design. Check it out now. Visit www.proudpig.blue for all your swine swag. Visit www.proudpig.blue. Resumes by Joe. Owned and operated by retired NYPD second grade detective Joe Federa. With over 20 years of professional resume writing experience and focusing on translating what we do as cops into language that the corporate world can appreciate. We put an emphasis on ensuring that your cover letter and resume will be best received by the applicant tracking system used by most companies today. Check out our website at www.resumesbyjoe.com or call Joe directly at 347-992-4523. Don't forget to ask about the 50% discount for BBO members and most unions across the country. Give us the job of helping you get the job. Contact Resumes by Joe today. If you're a member of the law enforcement profession and are looking to establish long-lasting business relationships with businesses that are blue-friendly, it's time to visit visitblue.com. Visitblue.com features some of the best doctors, lawyers, realtors, as well as other service providers, such as home improvement and financial services. If you are looking for reliable, trustworthy service providers, visit visitblue.com. That's www.visitblue.com. Founded in 2014 by retired NYPD police officer Michael Burke, Brothers Before Others is a national 501c3 law enforcement charity comprised solely of both sworn and retired police officers. Since their inception, Brothers Before Others has sent floral arrangements to the services of all line-of-duty deaths, regardless of where in the country they occur, having spent over $350,000 to date. While the National Flower Fund remains their cornerstone, their benevolence has since grown well beyond that, even into the civilian world. For more information on how to get involved or to donate, visit brothersbeforeothers.org, or you can visit their public forums on all social media platforms by searching Brothers Before Others. Founded in 2016 by professional musician Neil Giraldo, 3-Chord Bourbon has developed a process that is defined as the perfectly tuned taste, blending carefully selected whiskey bourbon and rye whiskey stocks from Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. Designed to be enjoyed with friends and family, 3-Chord Bourbon will leave you with the same feeling you experience after hearing that perfect song. You'll know their whiskeys are right from the very first sip. For more information on 3-Chord Bourbon and available merchandise, visit 3chordbourbon.com. Line of Duty Cigars, owned and operated by retired NYPD Detective Tom Werther. Visit lineofdutycigars.com for our handmade Nicaraguan cigars, custom ashtrays, custom humidors, and custom flask sets. Also, when you place an order, you choose the law enforcement, first responder, or veteran charity, and Line of Duty Cigars donates 10% to that organization. Planning a special event? Contact us today. Visit www.lineofdutycigars.com. If you are searching for a doctor that truly cares about your overall health and well-being, contact Dr. Alex at Tri-State Health and Wellness. For more than 11 years, Dr. Alex has been treating law enforcement professionals and their families while focusing on one-on-one care so you never feel rushed. All necessary testing can be conducted during your visit, and they feature flexible hours and appointments to accommodate alternating work schedules. Tri-State Health and Wellness is conveniently located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Contact Dr. Alex today by visiting www.bluetristate.com. Mortgages for everyday heroes. From Michelle Hendershot and Homebridge Financial Services. If you're looking to purchase a home or refinance an existing mortgage, Michelle Hendershot can assist you every step of the way. With over 10 years of experience assisting law enforcement officers with their dream of owning a home, the choice is simple. Contact Michelle Hendershot today. Visit www.mortgagesforblue.com. Are you tired of sleeping alone each night? Feeling sluggish during the day? Is your snoring keeping your spouse awake at night? If you find yourself spending too much time on the couch, maybe it's time to visit Dr. Michael Doblin of At Home Sleep Solutions. Dr. Doblin is the preferred sleep apnea doctor of New Jersey's law enforcement officers. With the help of a custom-fitted oral device, you can finally say goodbye to noisy, antiquated sleep apnea machines. For more information and to schedule an appointment today, contact Dr. Michael Doblin. Visit www.bluesnore.com. Moment of Silence, Inc., along with Blue Suicide, is a nonprofit organization founded to support and raise awareness about the epidemic of suicides amongst law enforcement, military personnel, and first responders. For more information on how you can help, visit momentofsilenceinc.org. If you're in the market for a new vehicle or a certified used vehicle, then visit Fetty Auto Group, located at the junction of Route 46 and Route 3 in Clifton, New Jersey. Fetty Auto Group stands shoulder to shoulder with the men and women in blue. Stop by and ask for Troy Mall and ask about the offers for first responders. For more information, visit FettyAuto.com. That's FettyAuto.com. The Blue Magazine, the law enforcement publication by law enforcement professionals for the men and women of law enforcement. The unfiltered voice of law enforcement. The BlueMagazine.com. Are you patrolling with the pig? If not, you're doing it wrong. Check out all the newest swine swag at proudpig.blue. They are dirty by design. Check it out now. Visit www.proudpig.blue for all your swine swag. Visit www.proudpig.blue. Resumes by Joe. Owned and operated by retired NYPD second grade detective Joe Federa. With over 20 years of professional resume writing experience and focusing on translating what we do as cops into language that the corporate world can appreciate. We put an emphasis on ensuring that your cover letter and resume will be best received by the applicant tracking system used by most companies today. Check out our website at www.resumesbyjoe.com or call Joe directly at 347-992-4523. Don't forget to ask about the 50% discount for BBO members and most unions across the country. Give us the job of helping you get the job. Contact Resumes by Joe today. If you're a member of the law enforcement profession and are looking to establish long-lasting business relationships with businesses that are blue-friendly, it's time to visit visitblue.com. Visitblue.com features some of the best doctors, lawyers, realtors, as well as other service providers, such as home improvement and financial services. If you are looking for reliable, trustworthy service providers, visit visitblue.com. That's www.visitblue.com. Founded in 2014 by retired NYPD police officer Michael Burke, Brothers Before Others is a national 501c3 law enforcement charity comprised solely of both sworn and retired police officers. Since their inception, Brothers Before Others has sent floral arrangements to the services of all line-of-duty deaths, regardless of where in the country they occur, having spent over $350,000 to date. While the National Flower Fund remains their cornerstone, their benevolence has since grown well beyond that, even into the civilian world. For more information on how to get involved or to donate, visit brothersbeforeothers.org, or you can visit their public forums on all social media platforms by searching Brothers Before Others. Founded in 2016 by professional musician Neil Giraldo, 3-Chord Bourbon has developed a process that is defined as the perfectly tuned taste, blending carefully selected whiskey bourbon and rye whiskey stocks from Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. Designed to be enjoyed with friends and family, 3-Chord Bourbon will leave you with the same feeling you experience after hearing that perfect song. You'll know their whiskeys are right from the very first sip. For more information on 3-Chord Bourbon and available merchandise, visit 3chordbourbon.com. Line of Duty Cigars, owned and operated by retired NYPD Detective Tom Werther. Visit lineofdutycigars.com for our handmade Nicaraguan cigars, custom ashtrays, custom humidors, and custom flask sets. Also, when you place an order, you choose a law enforcement, first responder, or veteran charity, and Line of Duty Cigars donates 10% to that organization. Planning a special event? Contact us today. Visit www.lineofdutycigars.com.
We're back. I'm eating a jelly donut.
Just put it like right against.
How was it?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Fall down.
It's gonna fall.
Okay,
down.
yeah,
Right
okay.
there's good. Right there's good.
Let book them into your workout. What they're doing over here, you know.
I wanna
This
get
is just
two
reminiscent.
more.
This is the way we started the show. So why not? You done? You good? You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's go. Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go.
All right. So we can go. We can go now.
Now we can go. That's cool.
So we're gonna do Tia's segment, but let me introduce first. Bookham, Deputy Bookham, or what do you?
Dan Bookham Rivera. That's
Dan
good.
Book. That sounds
Yeah.
like a boxer's name.
That is a good name.
Right?
That's a good name.
Are you Hispanic?
Yes.
All right, because Chris isn't here to do that whole
Fill that
Oh, you
thing.
want me to talk in Spanish through the whole thing?
Yo
or-
hablo español. Un poquito. Jacob, come on in.
Check.
We're in total disarray. So Tia,
You should see me during Josh's
we
show.
were running a little behind. We introduced you. You told us how Christmas was, and then we never got to get started with you. So Passaic County
Sheriff.
Sheriff started what year?
I started in 2000.
In 2000, or right before 9/11.
Yeah.
What a time to start.
Yeah.
So tell us about your
Maybe
law
that was a
enforcement-
little psychic move on that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but
So tell us about your law enforcement career at the Passaic County Sheriff's Department.
I had a wonderful career. I loved what I was doing. I was thriving. My kid was old enough for me to be able to jump and do whatever I wanted to do. I was craving and dying to become detective. I wanted to work in the bureau. I didn't necessarily want to go in a crime scene.
Right.
At the time that they were gearing me up to go and to do detective work, they had no idea that I was a medium or I was psychic.
Right.
So the day I get it landed on me, they're like, we got an opening and we're moving you in. I walked before my sheriff and it was I couldn't believe he said it to me. Of all the freaking places that I'm going to go, it's got to be CSI. But you take the hand you dealt, right?
Right.
You make the best of it. But for me, having my gift and keeping it a secret the whole time that I was on the job, because it wasn't like, you wanted to get together, have coffee in the morning and be like, by the way, I talk to dead people. I've been doing readings since I'm 11. That was on the DL and I didn't want anybody
Right.
to know.
Okay.
Handful, my undersheriff knew. Grew up with the family very close. Ed Dombrowski, phenomenal cop. He knew because I grew up from a child knowing his daughter, and we were very good friends. But on a whole, there were only a few people. But the funny part was after I left, and I had done my television show on A&E, and my place was going. You would be surprised how many of the guys that came in to get readings.
Right.
I think that for me was a little bit poignant to say, or the guys that I would admire, that I'd be like, oh, he's a badass, working narcotics in the streets off Patterson PD, and he would come to me and say, come on, T, I want you to work on a cold case with me, and then turn around and look at me and go like, girl, where the fuck are you from? So that's been a nice switch because I didn't know how that was going to carry over.
But on the job, you're Passaic County Sheriff, then you're in CSI, right? So
Yeah.
you're doing crime scene investigation. Everybody knows what that is because there's like 35 CSI shows, right?
Yeah, which fucked us all up during
Right.
the time.
You mean you
because
can't solve crimes in 20
that whole
within an
fingerprint?
hour?
Where's
Not-
that whole fingerprint? Where's that poster shot?
So,
You
did
know?
you ever use your gift while you were on the job? Not maybe outwardly say it, but help
I would
use.
feel there were a few times that we would go in the house and it was a fresh murder, so to speak, and the body had so I knew he was still in the house.
Right.
And we're trying to gather what we need, guys on the stairs, and I can feel him still in the house and didn't leave yet. But now am I going up on the second floor and I'm gonna be like, what, bro, who did this? They're gonna carry me out.
Right.
My boys would have been like, get this bitch out of here. So, you keep it quiet. It was very loud for me when I would go to the ME's office. So for all y'all that went to the ME's office in your career, which I was there a lot, it was a very different experience for me. Like, we'd be doing lights and sirens and I would be doing like a closure kind of a thing that nothing would go home with me.
Right.
So it was a very interesting, needless to say, part of my life.
So, 10 years as a sheriff, right? How do you? Because that's like half a career for somebody.
Yep.
A lot of people. How do you do that switch? Like
I got
180?
sick. I got very sick.
Okay.
I pretty much died. And it was at that point where I said, I was totally okay with crossing over. I was like, I'm good. I'm okay with it. I had a kid at the time that would have been too much in his teenage years. We all know what happens with boys in anger.
Right.
And I sat up and I said, keep me here.
I'm 55 and I'm still angry.
Still pissed off, right, bro? Still pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed off.
Yeah.
I didn't want him to wind up in the very place that I would have to do work out of. I didn't want my kid going to jail. And I said, I'm a single mom. Let me stay here with my kid. And if you do, I will do your work. And I had to go from all the way to the bottom, start all over again. And I have to be honest with you. I think that kind of sacrifice for me, God was very good to me in a very fast pace that within a couple years I was filming.
So 10 years on, resign after you get past your sickness,
Yep.
right? And you start your new career as a
From the bottom.
medium
From the bottom.
Psychic. Did you open a store? How did you?
I opened a store.
Because this is your living, right?
This is my living.
Right.
This is my living.
This is how you put food on the table.
I was on the Housewives of New Jersey quite a
From
few
how
times.
long? So from how long when you opened your store until you were on that show?
2 years.
2 years, and that's because you knew somebody that was on.
No, it was literally one day I walked into my shop. I had done a couple readings on the Housewives, and I walked into my shop and my machine was blowing up, and I'm like, what are all these people calling me about? That I'm a producer of this, and then it started. It's a very different world when you're accustomed to what we do.
Right.
You think reading people that we get off the street, they're just as criminal in television.
Right.
So it's not like, you're walking in and you're like, oh, these are nice people.
Right.
They suck. They don't
Yeah.
care if you live or die. They want the blood out of your body. And I'm grateful because God gave me that opportunity to share with people what I do. Because, it's not easy growing up like this.
Right. When I say right, I don't mean right like I know. I'm saying right like I can feel that there's a struggle there.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
So now you do the Housewives, right? And then your phone's blowing up, and
Blowing up.
to do what?
For me to do my own show.
Which was also on A&E.
Which was on A&E, yes. So
Right.
I was on A&E. It was called Psychic Tia. We did a nice, great season. What I the one thing that you guys would have to laugh if I don't know if anybody has done television here, but when you start going into the high end of TV, presidents, etc., and you go in there, what we were used to, which we thought about, what we were used to when we would walk into work, this went down, that went down, you knew to do this. We were all choreographed without even knowing. And if you weren't, you shouldn't have been there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you walked into HQ and when you did what you needed to do and everything had a format that we worked by. Walk into TV and it's like walking into the Boy Scouts of America. No one knows what the fuck they're doing. And that was a very difficult thing for me. I'm so organized. I got that alpha male chick thing going down. So for me to go in and watch that, I had a hard time grooving and fitting in. I had a mold.
Because as much as we are on our own when we, get in a patrol car or if you're a CO and you're on whatever thing you're assigned to, like you have your boss telling you A, B, C, D, but there's some sort of structure. Right?
Some sort of structure.
Even though you pretty much can do your own thing, you still have structure. Now
It's
you're
called
saying
rules and regs.
right now you're saying it's just like the wild wild west.
It's just Dumb and Dumber. There's
Right.
the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing. People are making an exorbitant amount.
You have
of
no
money.
plans on trying to ever get a TV show again, do you?
Yeah, they know me. They
Oh,
know
okay.
me.
All right,
They
just-
know me. They know me. This is the thing. They will say it. They will say it amongst themselves.
Right.
So they will say that. That they don't. Nobody works and works together. There's not that. And I'm going to use the word family, but that's where I got to roll.
Right.
And I think that was the hardest thing for me to get.
So that
involved in.
was what 2013 was your show. 14. What year was your show? Here?
Yes, it was 14.
2014. One season.
Yeah, we did one season, but I do Good Morning America.
Right.
I do other things that I get involved in. I have a ton of podcasts that I do with you around the world.
Right.
I have clients from around the world, literally.
But your readings, so you do your readings
Out of
your
my office.
right? The craft, right?
At the craft.
Okay, and then, so if internationally or if people want to do a reading, how do they do that?
I Skype.
Oh, really? Okay, that's cool.
I Skype. I have a very big, huge fan base that's out of Canada, which Canada had just bought my show and ran my show last January. So towards the end of February, when I was getting ready to start doing live tours up there, COVID hit.
Right. Also, you're going to do live tours to promote your show because it's seen,
No, it's more do open forum.
right? Because it's being seen for the first time up there.
So
So new to Canada in 2019.
Yeah, so it would have been nice to go up there and start doing an open forum. I'm going to do open forum here also, but not till COVID leaves.
Do you have any like stories or story that you could share? Something.
I have ridiculous stories. It just depends on how bad you want to go. I've done an exorcism, straight up with a very famous man.
Are we allowed to
does
say
it.
the famous man's
His
name?
name is Bill Bean, and y'all could look him up.
Right.
And
Usually,
Bill
what I
and
do to not get in trouble, I say the name rhymes with Bill Bean. Right. That's what I do to.
We'll just call him
Legal
Bill
said
Bean.
that's okay. Legal said if you say it rhymes with Joe Smith, and it's the guy's name is Joe Smith,
Yeah.
you're okay.
We
Because
can
you're
do that.
implying that it rhymes with that. You're not saying it is that.
Yeah.
So an exorcism.
Yes, I have done an exorcism.
But wait, so exorcism in the true sense of the form, like Catholic Church exorcism kind
I'm
of thing?
talking straight out the book, right from the movie.
But don't you have to have like well, at least in a Catholic Church,
You know,
a special...
you're about to take me off into a really bad place in about 2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we go where the show takes us. So in the Catholic Church, I know a little bit about.
Now, he just
so
hit
in
the nerve.
in the Catholic Church,
Right, where pedophiles are. Yeah,
right.
they do exorcisms.
but they're like special priests or that are promoted to a certain
Well, that's what Bill is.
hierarchy, right?
Yeah,
Hierarchy
but
to-
that's what Bill does, and
Okay.
Bill does that. The problem is that when you start to get involved with the Catholicism aspect of it, the red tape is so long.
Right.
And in that period of time, people get very sick from this. It is not something where anything demonic says, you know what, I'm going to chill, I'm going to wait for you to come here. No, it's not like that. So knowing that there's that period of time, they're very slow. This man has brought himself through a life of not so grandiose. So as a child, went instead of the wrong way, went the right way, finding God. We've become friends due to me being into, what I do for a living.
Right.
And I had a client that was very sick, and I loved her very, very much. And I saw that she exhibited all the signs. So I called him up, and he said, Tia, I'm going to head over. He headed over to Jersey. We split to PA. And we rocked an exorcism, and I got to tell you something. I was very calm during it, but it's really looks like the movies.
So speaking in tongues,
Speaking in
body
tongues,
shaking,
laughing, the profuse laughing, strength that was ridiculous. Because we rolled up, and I said to him, "You're not a cop." I said, "But right now, what you and I are walking into is a domestic."
right?
And I'm going to tell you this.
Even if it's with oneself, it's still.
But I felt it going in. See, so this is where I became a good sidekick for him. So I said to him, "We're rolling into a domestic. The minute that this door opens, you're not having a convo, bro." He's like, "No, we're gonna have a conversation, and then I'm gonna bring it out." I go, "It's out. There's no convo." So we open up the door, and it was this huge house that went straight into the kitchen. And when she turned and looked at us, it was exactly like that. It was like, shit, there's the po-po, and I'm fleeing. He tackles her. I've got her pinned, and then the work began. And it was a really good, I would say 3.5 hours of consistent work on her.
And how do you exercise the whatever entity or?
He has this special work way that he does as far as prayer is concerned, and he's had to do thousands. He's been on numerous television shows. This is what he does, and so I've assisted him with that. And you never know. And there it was. It was right before me. So if you never think it's real, these things do exist.
That's interesting that you said that. We talked a little bit before the show. So I don't know exactly what I believe. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel that there's. I don't know if I say I believe in ghosts, right? But I feel like I believe in maybe a spirit or something. Like, so say I'm just saying for me, right? So say I'm having like a shitty day, and I'm thinking about my mom. My mom passed early in her life, right? Everything good in me comes from my mom,
God
my
bless.
grandmother, and my aunt. All
God
women
bless.
in my life, right? Thank you.
Beautiful.
So, Tommy James is her favorite. Tommy James and the Shondells, Dragging the Line, Crimson and Clover, all songs that everybody else covered. But that's her favorite band from the 60s into the 70s. I'd be driving in the car.
That's her.
And boom. Like, look, my hair's just standing up. Well, I haven't shaved because I had a tattoo. But I'm talking about literally like seconds after she popped into my head and I started to feel like a little sadness or whatever. Song on the radio. I'm not talking about one time. Maybe one time that day, but all throughout my life, different times. And, once is a coincidence, happenstance, right? Twice is a coincidence, but so many times. And other things, too.
But your
There's
mother's
gotta
a spirit. Your mother's
there's
a
gotta
spirit.
be something, right?
Your mother's not a ghost.
Right.
They're very separate
No, I'm
entities.
saying when people, see what you're
But
doing, they're going to
right.
say, oh, this is all bullshit,
I
right?
know, yeah.
I don't believe in fucking ghosts. Like,
I
there's
don't
so
give a fuck.
closed-minded to believe. There's got to be, that doesn't have to be anything. I feel there is. I mean, I just don't know how to, what to call
Until
it.
you experience it. We just did one of our shows that we just filmed with a Port Authority cop, and he's a lieutenant actually. He's an LT, and he said the same thing as you, Mike. When his wife said there's a ghost in our new house, he was like, "Get the fuck out of here! There's no ghost in our house." And then he's laying on the couch. He feels an intruder come in through the kitchen. Doesn't even have his weapon. Jumps off his couch. Starts to crouch as if he has one, and he's like. And there was a man in the kitchen that really didn't so-called exist, right?
Right.
Started happening a lot of activity. We filmed our show there, and he says it right in my show, which I'd love to have him here one day.
He's active?
Active.
That's a lot for so I'll say this on the cop side of it. That's a lot for an active guy to say out loud and admit
Great
to.
guy.
You know what I mean?
Great
So
guy.
you're not.
Yeah.
That's,
Totally great guy. And he's butch as fuck, so he's not, So he turns around and he's like, "Listen, I didn't believe it, but I got to tell you something. This shit happened." And it started happening more and more. His mother-in-law got attacked. And then that's when they called myself, a retired NYPD, a state trooper, and then we had a Long Island retired detective. So that was our Ghost 911. And that's what we do. The four of us go in, and we go in and we clean them out, so to speak.
So like a real life Ghostbusters kind
Like
of
a
thing.
real life Ghostbusters, but we're all cops.
Right.
So we just got done filming that, and guess what happened? Defund the police. They take down Live PD, And guess
Oh,
where
so you
we
were
went?
filming. So this
We
was
were-
maybe
yeah,
for like
this was
a
going
pilot,
on.
a pilot to see test and see.
Absolutely.
Okay. What was it called?
It was called Ghost 911.
All right. So we're not. Things can shift. Things can change.
We're
yeah.
hoping that they do
Right.
because I think that was absolutely horrific what they did by taking Live PD down.
Right.
The stance was very weak in my behalf. I don't know how you cower that quickly.
Well, cancel culture. It's all the rage right now.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is.
But there was a lot of backlash to that, though, Mike. There were a lot of people that were very angry over that. I mean, not just us
Right.
that wore blue, but the people that stick up for us,
Right.
the people that want to back the blue, they forget about them like they don't exist.
Well, because they're silent. Well, not so much recently, but
Thank
they're
God.
silent for a long time because you work, you have a job,
Scared.
they support the police and they want to help and they want to do things, but they have that feeling like, what can they really do? Like, what can I do? I'm a businessman. My wife is a trainer at the gym. We support the police, but what could we really do?
So if you defend us, then you live in fear.
Exactly.
And that is the world that we are living
Right.
in right now that needs to make a change.
Right. Which is why we do. See, that's why we do these podcasts. Because I
Absolutely.
say fuck you to anybody who doesn't. You don't listen. If you don't want to support law enforcement, don't. Like, I live my
Shut up.
life this way too. You don't have to support me. You don't have to say, "Oh, good, you're doing this," but don't get in my way either. Like, just be you. Do yourself, do you. But don't stand in the way when people are trying to do good things.
But look
You
how
know what I mean?
hypocritical they are. These are the same people that are in a protest, and if they get injured, they dial 911.
Right.
This is the society that we're living in today. Then you know what? Then bleed out and shut the fuck up. But don't turn around and have the audacity to throw a rock, urine at somebody that is part of my family.
Right.
And then when you get a hangnail, you're dialing up asking for us to come and assist. Sorry, it don't work
Or
like
all
that.
these council people in a lot of these cities and states that have actually started the defund process, and the people that are on the side of the defunding will say, "Well, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be police. It only means that we're going to take money from here and then put it over here." Well, what do you think happens when you take the money away from programs that domestic violence programs? Monies that come in to fight like high crime areas and then divert it over to, and I'm not saying the social services don't need it. They need it. My wife works in social services. They need more.
They're not police, though.
Right, but they need more funding and they need more, because what happens is the socioeconomic and the mental health issues and all that
Huge.
stuff, that gets all pushed onto
Huge.
us in the
Huge.
moment, right? In the moment. And then in that moment when it gets pushed onto us, then it gets changed into, well, those issues get changed into this. You should have shot the gun out of his hand. You should have done this. You should have done that, because there's so much frustration.
Monday
that
quarterbacks.
But that frustration comes from people thinking there are other ways to deal with this, which is true. But you have to be able to police and have a position of strength, so there's some sort of normalcy in society, and then you can address those other issues. Find the money somewhere else. Don't take it away from the programs that work.
Absolutely not. Now, you were on the job 80s and 90s. If you were to have, say, a shooting, or you had something that went on, and then the next day someone that wears a suit, has never been in the streets, does not know anything, and never wore a badge, had the audacity to criticize or do Monday back quarterback with you.
Well, different times, right? Because
but what would you have said to him
shut
then?
the fuck off.
10-4.
Right, and I wouldn't care. No, legit. Listen, I got civilian.
real.
I got civilian. If I'm on the street, dude, it's almost like that scene from, what is that? A Few Good Men. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. People don't. Legit, like, I would turn out of the precinct. I worked in Midtown South, which was Times Square area, in the 80s. It was a shithole. It was
I
like the
would
toilet
love
bowl
to
of
know
the
some
world.
Times Square stuff.
Listen, awesome times. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. It was a ticket to the greatest show on earth. But you could not walk a block without, I'm not kidding around, 10 to 15 crimes. 3-card Montes, potential robberies. You could see them. It was like lions in the, getting ready to jump on the antelope. And then when you see all these white kids coming off the buses from New Jersey and the Port Authority, and be like, that guy's a report. I'll see that guy in 25 minutes.
Really?
That guy's probably going to get stabbed, because you could tell which ones were the really weak ones.
Yeah.
And that was the way it was. And you didn't have time for niceties.
But look at what of all people, Look what the bozo has done to NYC. Disregard and put aside what we were dealing with New Year's Eve. Just in alone, police not being able to do what they were trained for.
Destroyed.
I mean, I think I've screamed more at the TV than I've ever screamed in my entire life just watching the rioting. Take it down, get it over, make it military, and move it on.
Well, they don't want that. It's all about what things look like. So they took away mounted, right? Like when I
Where's mounted?
Well, when I worked in Times Square, let me tell you, like when you wanted to move people,
Mounted
they're not
was the
afraid.
best.
Bad people, the really bad ones, they're not afraid of a gun. First of all, they know the streets.
yeah,
They know the rules.
Yep.
They know you're not taking out a gun and just people think
yeah.
that, but you're not taking out a gun and pointing it at an unarmed guy. It's not happening. You got to be good with your hands. You got to be able to throw them. If you can't, you lose the streets, because if you're afraid to use your hands,
Go hands on. Yeah.
then you have no respect. And if that's like a steady footpost or whatever, you lost the streets. You're done. You might as well just go in a store and sit there for 8 hours because nothing's ever going to work.
Shouldn't be wearing the uniform.
So mounted, and then canine somewhat. Well, transit guys they were around a lot more, like in the Times Square. The dogs or the horses come. Like if you were in the middle of the shit and you were like fighting, and all of a sudden it's like, there's 10 people and then there's 40 around you, and it's maybe you and one other cop, because they always had us walking in twos. That's a scary feeling.
Of course.
And you feel like the crowd like closing in, and all of a sudden you hear the sound of the mounted
My
horse
department
coming.
had mounted.
And that's like a 2,500-pound nightstick. They swing
It is
behind
amazing.
around into the crowd. And
Where
it's
were
like,
they? Where were
It's
they?
like, wait, but then, so like
were
this is
they?
perfect. Like, so in these times, they won't use that. They won't use mounted. They dismantle street crime, which are taking guns off the street because
Mind-boggling.
or then they'll supposedly dismantle it, or they'll change the name of it and take away a little bit of their powers. And then these city councilmen and all these commissions, well, why is our crime gone up 97%? Why is our crime gone up 65%? Why? Because the perps, the bad guys, whatever we're allowed to call them now, are running the streets. They're in charge.
So we need more retired PD getting more involved with politics. That's what we need. We need to bleed the blue in.
Did you see the video the other day of these like 4 or 5 dudes doing like atomic elbows and jumping on top of the BMW?
It's
Running.
It's crazy.
And running and throwing kick first. I mean, that
crazy.
sort
Did you
of
see that?
yeah, that sort of like
They took a cab
they're
out
so
though before
emboldened.
that.
Yeah, but that sort of behavior is because they know there's no teeth. The law enforcement has no teeth. The cops are handcuffed. They can't do their jobs.
Yep.
And pendulum. It always I've seen it swing back and forth, back and forth. It's not swinging back. I mean, maybe little bits here and there, but it's been in that position, like the
For a
shitty
while.
position, for a long time.
It's
I
a
don't know
concern
what
of mine.
I don't know what it takes. I don't know how we get back to some sort of normalcy, but I mean,
I think we're starting to see a little bit of where going back to the beginning of the conversation with the silent majority. The silent aren't being so silent anymore, and that's
Right.
the only hope that we have for the brothers and sisters that are on the streets right now.
Right.
Is for them to come in and kick some ass with I hate to say the word, with the liberals that are causing this bullshit.
Right. I think like my wife's liberal, so I mean we're a purple house. I'm Republican, she's Democrat, but
I'm
she's
neutral.
not. But she's not. Yeah. So I'm liberal on social issues, and I'm very liberal on social issues, but I'm super
Exactly.
conservative on like taxes and smaller government and military and law and order.
Honestly,
So-
I think everybody is neutral. I think the majority of people are conservative with their money, and
People don't think that. People
Right.
think when they
But
look at law
there-
enforcement that we're all like hung up, uptight,
problem
anti-homophobic, anti-gay,
The
white
problem
brain,
is-
So stupid.
I know it's like
That's-
so.
I'm a
it's
fag
nuts.
hag from way
Right.
back. Just
gone
saying.
so far left that they've left.
I'm not a
That's
fag hag,
voice.
but I love the gays.
You know what?
I love the gays, and they love me.
Hey, listen, yeah.
They do love you.
They
I've
do
se-
love
I've-
me.
I've seen
I
it.
gotta tell you.
I've
know
seen-
Hey,
I mean,
look at me. I'm a fucking mess. At 55, I'm taking compliments wherever they come from. Did you see that picture I put up that guy slid into my DMs on Instagram?
I did.
Did you see that?
I did
I
see
don't even
that.
know if I want to repeat that, what he said.
I think you
At this
should.
point, I think you can repeat it.
What did he say? He said,
No, I'm not gonna repeat
he
it.
said, come to New York
He goes, your page is hot. I'd like you to come to New York and fuck my ass.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Now
That's
listen.
pretty straightforward.
You might now
Let's
listen.
just call it what it
You
is.
might think. So my first thought was
That's
this
pretty
motherfucker's
straightforward.
this fucking exactly. Well, I didn't know. Maybe a little. Had a little movement, maybe. So I was like, this fucking guy, right? And I was like, well, at least he thinks my page is hot and I'm not that bad. I'll take the compliment where I can get it because you know I got to look at this every day in the
judge
mirror.
him.
No, man, listen.
I think you nailed it though.
Compliment's a compliment.
It's the far left.
They've left.
It's what I've watched in Portland. I think that's more where I'm grasping to say that's the problem.
Yep, they've left cops no choice. I mean that's the sad part.
Can we say fag hag?
Oh yeah.
Well, you probably can.
Oh yeah, you can say fag hag.
All right, okay.
Oh yeah, I've been a fag hag all my life.
I'm going to talk. You know what? When I get off the air, I'm going to message my gay friends. I have them all in a group chat, and I go to them when I want to get like when I made. Listen, when I made my hat, I made a hat for Police Week, and it said Pride with the blue line through it, right?
Nice.
But I also had one that said gay with the blue line through it, and I went to my friend Tommy Reyes. He's in BBO. He's head of the FOP in Miami. He's gay, right? A fabulous fella. So I said, do me a favor, dude, put this in your gay group and find out like what they like better because you know, listen, I'm not. Everybody has varying degrees of. I don't want not racist, but you know, like people have prejudices, biases, prejudices, whatever. So I don't get hung up when somebody's like, oh,
Nor do I.
You know, they go, oh, gay. I'm like,
No,
if that's you,
me neither.
that's
Me
you.
neither. Me
Whatever,
neither.
right? But I was told, oh, don't. Listen, I'm good at this. I'm good at marketing. I'm good at trying to like do this kind of thing. And I was like, no, I'm doing this fucking hat, and it's gonna sell out. I know. I feel it, right? I have a feeling. The quickest thing to sell the first day, like 2 gay dudes came, like big dudes. Like one had like a tank top on, like not an ounce of fat on him, and bought the hat and put it on.
See, that's why you get a lot of compliments. You see how you remembered all that shit? Like you stored all that shit in
People
your head.
like
Dude,
People
he
like
was
that.
fucking ripped up. I was like, maybe I might. I don't know. You know, I don't know.
There was no fat. They were glistening in the sun.
Yeah, well, I didn't. There was no glistening. It was Police Week. It was May. It was fucking overcast. There was no glistening, unfortunately.
True story.
So the dude leaves, right? And then like the next 45 minutes to an hour, gay. All these dudes are
He sent a
coming.
mass text.
No, they fucking saw him with the hat on, and they all start coming and buying the shit. I sold out in like 3 hours.
As your
You know, the people that are really cool about it, they're not going to get hung up over it. So that's what I found
listen,
in my life.
I don't judge anybody. You know, to each his own, man. You know, as long as the ones that I have an issue with is when you try to impose it in my lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just do your thing, like you
Right.
said. Stay in your lane.
Right.
I could mingle with you. I could be around you. But when you try to impose it on me and my beliefs, that's where we have issue. But other than that, I don't have a problem with them. You know what I'm saying?
Do you, my brother?
As your producer, I'm.
We have a caller?
required to let you know, Dick Whiskey.
Dick Whiskey.
Dick Whiskey is standing.
Is
by.
on the air right now?
He's not hot right now, but he can be. And no, you know what? Let's make him hot right now. Here we
Yeah,
go.
if he's on the air, put him on the air.
Let's do it.
But we don't have our beers. Nobody brought our beers.
Are they even cold?
Well, Mo, I'm trying.
Yeah, they're in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
I had to let you know. So now I'm gonna let you know. Now I'm gonna get your beers. Bullshit with him for 2 minutes, and then you'll have
All right,
the beers.
okay.
And that's what it is.
All right. Dick Whiskey. Trooper Dick Whiskey. You guys don't know. Hello, Trooper. Are you on the air?
It's Dick Whiskey, y'all.
What up, Troop? What up?
Trooper Dick Whiskey, not to be confused with Trooper Whiskey Dick. That's a whole other day. I don't know. Listen, well, we all might have experienced it one way or another.
Oh,
Maybe,
of course.
Maybe you were
course.
unfortunately on the other side of that. Whiskey Dick is not a good thing. But this is not Whiskey Dick. This is Trooper Dick Whiskey.
Okay, gotcha.
And he does booze and beer reviews. So he calls in, and then he'll review a beer.
Thank you, sir.
Right?
Thank you, sir.
And then,
ma'am.
Thank you.
hey, Trooper, Dick, what is that app that you're on when you do the beer reviews?
I use Untapped.
Untapped.
Thank
so
you.
on Untapped, you haven't rated this beer yet, right?
I have not.
Okay, so we're gonna pop ours. We're gonna wait for you to pop yours, and then we're gonna pop ours. And
I'm already smelling.
you're smelling the aroma. All right, so
I'm
you're one of
already-
those beer aristocrats.
I'm
You're
one of
waiting for
those
the bouquet.
aromatics. I
Right,
need the
okay.
aromatics.
So wait, we're gonna let Dick Whiskey go do his first. Take a sip. Don't let Josh see you not put that on a coaster. He'll have a yeah,
my
man.
bad.
All right, wait.
We spent mad money on this table.
Okay, here.
Well, not when I say we, I mean Danny Hefe, Daniel Devalle El Jefe. So
you.
what do you think, Trooper? Are you tasting it?
Rules and regs.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right, I'm
Don't tell us yet. I just want to know if you tasted it. Don't poison the well. We're all gonna taste ours now.
Yep,
now with
I
this,
tasted mine.
all right,
I'm
with
good.
this particular beer, we cracked it. We've let it. What do you call it when you let the effervescence flow a little
Yeah,
bit?
the aromatics.
Now what do we do? Do we just how do we take this beer? Do we just take a sip, roll it around our mouths? What do we do with this beer?
Go ahead and try it. See what you think.
It's called. All right, don't get fucking pissy with me, bro.
Hey,
It's
you
called.
drink it.
It's
You
called
pick this
brunch
beer.
so. It's called brunch so hard, orange and mango IPA by Evil Genius Beer Company. Now I don't know if you heard the first one where we did the. What was that one we did? The Evil Elf, the Wicked Elf.
Mad Elf.
Mad Elf. Here
Mad
are some
Elf.
of the reviews live in studio. It tastes like piss water. It tastes like it tastes like a jock after a dude wrestled in it for 6 hours.
fucking
But
disgusting.
weirdly,
Was it an IPA?
yeah, it was an IPA, right?
No, that was not an IPA.
IPAs
but,
are great.
But
man.
oddly, at the end of it all, after all the reviews came in, it averaged out like to a 4.2, which is
Yeah.
what the average was on the
That's
on the
crazy.
website,
That's
on the
crazy.
app. All right, so we're all gonna taste our beer. It's called Brunch So Hard Orange and Mango IPA.
While you guys are doing that, I'll remind you the Jolly Elf averaged out to where it was because Chris gave it a ridiculous score. Everybody was down in the low 2s, and Chris was like,
Except Chris and
this
myself.
is a 4.8.
I like it. I like it.
I smell
I like
a little
it.
grapefruit.
I
Does
taste the
anybody
mango.
smell- did you
I
smell
taste the
grapefruit?
mango. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
I
yeah,
smell
yeah,
grapefruit
yeah,
on the
yeah,
opening.
All right, these are very
Yeah,
silly
yeah.
names for very serious beers.
It's a mango beer, right?
This is lovely.
Mango and orange. So let me ask you
You can
this.
taste the mango. Yeah.
Trooper Dick, what is the rating system? 1 to 5?
It's a 1 to 5 rating system.
Okay, 1 to 5. All right, I'm gonna take one more sip of this because I am
Yeah,
getting
I need one more.
I'm really. I feel like I'm getting a grapefruity note as well.
I see.
But it doesn't advertise that on
But
a
why?
can. It's
Exactly.
saying orange
It's
and
grape-
mango.
It does taste
We're
like
three.
grapefruit.
We're 3 for 3.
Yeah, yeah,
What are
yeah.
you getting? As
But I
soon as
happen to
opened
know
it-
that I don't think Trooper Dick whiskey likes. I think grapefruit is one of the things he doesn't like in his beer. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the grapefruit.
I remember hearing that
However-
once,
This is
and
great.
I think we were in. Where were we? Vegas? No, we were in. We were somewhere.
I think we were out in Colorado.
one.
Oh, we were in Colorado, and you
Once
said.
everybody knows the rules.
All right, I'll go first. Hold on.
I like it.
I'm gonna give this a 3.5. 3.5 out of 1
Out
to
of
5.
five.
Out of 5. 3.5. I feel like it has a little bit too much of an aftertaste. That's the only reason I didn't go to 4 or maybe 4.1. A little bit on the back end is like sitting there, and I don't like that part of it. Up front, it's nice. On the back end, menza.
See, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
it's got a little bit of a hanging flavor.
Hanging flavor. See, this is why we have Trooper Dick whiskey, because I said like something on the back end, and he comes up with this hanging flavor thing, which I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna use that next time I do a review.
Definitely.
Even if there
Mental
isn't,
note.
Trademark.
even
Mental
if
note.
there isn't a hanging flavor, I'm using the term because it sounds fucking cool. Hanging
Note to
flavor.
self. Note to
Note
self.
to self, and it really is a note to self. I just did that.
Yeah.
Note to self.
Good
When in
job.
Rome.
So what do you got?
I'm gonna go 3.9. I actually like this one.
Yeah.
3.9.
Wow.
Okay. I'm not saying you're a topper, but you are. Go ahead.
Okay.
Tia?
You go.
No,
I'm
you first,
contemplating.
You sure? I think 4.2. I really like.
Wow.
I
Very
really,
nice.
I really like IPAs though, so I'm biased.
Very nice.
Josh, get your calculator ready. I always go to you for the math.
Oh, no,
you
what
you
the
are married
hell?
to a teacher.
You should've
You are
told me
married
that.
to a teacher.
This is the mimosa of beers.
Really?
Oh, shit.
Does it say it on there?
It says
oh,
it
it says it
does
right
say
on
it
there.
on
This
there.
is the mimosa of beers.
You know what I feel like? If somebody would have brought me in, like, because I did, listen, I'm going to say this.
Want to share?
No, this is what I do. When I do a show,
Cheers,
you can
cheers.
attest to this out there in the lab.
Yeah.
We got bagels. We got lox.
Yup.
We got cream cheese. We got donuts. My boy Brian brought in the donuts. We got mimosas going on here. We got
Drinking the mimosa.
Can you run those numbers for us?
Murder
one more
burgers.
time,
You got
please?
murder.
we got
burgers.
murder burgers. We put a spread. We put a spread out there. No.
Too.
We put a spread out there. I would have liked to maybe have dropped a berry or a mango or some. I do have mango sliced out there. Maybe I drop a mango in my beer.
I like
You
it.
could.
Maybe I want to drop a mango in my beer.
You could.
I gotta catch up with the numbers.
3.5,
3.5, right?
3.9,
3.9.
4.2. They're steadily going up.
Right.
Tia, you're up.
I'm about a 3.8, only because
3.8.
I
Why?
feel
Why?
deceived. I feel
Really?
deceived on this.
Wow.
I feel it's telling me that it's giving me.
So you don't think it's
And you know-
mango-licious? Like
I get grapelicious. I feel like it's grapefruit.
grapefruit. Okay. So 3.5, 3.9, 4.2, 3.8.
Slow down.
This is brewed in collaboration with Miller High Life, which is the champagne of beers.
Right.
3.5.
Oh.
3.9.
3.9.
4.2.
4.2.
3.8.
That should be like. That,
And now
that's
we
like-
have to wait for Trooper Dick Whiskey, whose score is weighted, it counts as 2 because he's the expert.
That's a 4.0 if I'm.
Who's
I'm,
Adam?
No,
this
4.0 is a rookie score, bro. We don't do
he's
round
doing
numbers.
the
We don't do round
No,
numbers.
4. It's
Oh wait, you're
3.9.
averaging it to
Yeah,
4.0.
yeah,
Who's-
yeah.
So now he's a
Listen,
fucking
honestly,
rapper and a
let's be real.
mathematician too.
About this, Zach.
Breaking off the math.
Hold on,
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
let's be real about this.
Who's adding these all up?
I trust Bookham more
Multiplication
than,
champion,
I
third grade.
I scored 890 on my SATs and Jacob's high. So please, can you trust
Jacob the Inhaler.
Jacob-
That's why he has a name, bro.
Jacob can only.
please-
He can only add in grams.
Yeah, if you need conversions, Jacob's got it.
The beer is 3.5 grams excellent. Hey, Trooper Dick
3.8.
Whiskey. What's your rating on this?
I'm agreeing with you, Mike. I give it a 3.5.
So it drops down to a
I was
3.7.
But
I was not a
3.5
huge
times
fan of it.
3.5 times.
Bookham's got it. Don't look at me, bro.
Bookham's upset right now. So 3.5 three times.
Tell him he's got the math, bro.
Oh, you're doing
I
math? All right.
I'm just making a roundabout assumption. I think it's 3.7.
So
total.
we have 3.5s.
I can tell you right now that his assumption is better than the two of us on a calculator. I guarantee.
Where are you at? Give me a number. The final number.
If
So
you got 3.5s, you're looking about a quarter and a half.
An ounce?
Yeah, you're looking about a quarter.
yeah, I think you're right. We're about 3.7, right? Yeah.
3.7.
So final number, Trooper Dick Whiskey for all. Let me ask you this question. What's the name of that app again?
Untapped.
When you go on Untapped, are you putting in your rating or are you putting in our overall rating?
I'm putting in my rating.
Oh, well, I approve of that because your rating and my rating are the same.
Yeah.
3.5.
But he's also the expert here.
He is because he uses things like hanging flavor.
Yeah.
Did you know that was
so
my
here's where we're at. What do we come up with? We're about a 3.7
7?
amongst
Yeah,
all of us.
that was my stripper name at 87.
Okay.
Hanging flavor.
So
I thought it was 3.7.
the overall on Untapped
Times 2.
has been checked in 2,500 times.
Okay.
The average worldwide is a 3.72.
All right.
So pretty much right where we are.
So
All
again,
right.
Right, yeah.
So listen, that's 2 weeks in a row that our distinguished guests and you, Trooper Dick Whiskey, have hit almost a nail on the head twice with both of our ratings. If we keep this up, someone's got to sponsor us.
that was
right?
good.
Someone's got to sponsor us. All right, Trooper Dick. We have to go to a break because we're running really long. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. Are you on the road today? You're today
the
off?
first
What?
time you've
Because you
ever
are
heard that.
Trooper Dick Whiskey, so you're not really your identity is somewhat. You're wearing a mask because you're calling in from the
And a purple tie.
well, we don't know about that. Purple tie. I just listen. When I envisioned Trooper Dick Whiskey, he had a New York State Trooper hat and a purple tie because we
Yeah.
have a lot of purple tie jokes.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this.
Troopers do have a thing with their hats.
New York State and New Jersey State Troopers, to
They
me,
love their
I've
hats.
never, and Pennsylvania mostly, and I live in a state, are fucking aces, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I've never not made a phone call for whatever I might have needed or not needed.
Stand up.
And not had, and if the outcome wasn't favorable, it certainly was not for lack of trying and not for lack of turning over every rock or whatever the case may be.
having
no, they
stand
are
up,
definitely
guys.
the best.
So,
big hats.
so Trooper Dick Whiskey, thank you for your service. Thank you for being on the show and doing this review with us. And I think on our next show, we should go do a booze because we've done 2 beers in a row. Hopefully, by that next show, the BBO bourbon bottle that we've done with 3 chords will be out. And because it's going to be February 13th, the next show, the day
Yes.
before Thanksgiving, when we do Blue Bachelorette. Blue
Valentine's
Bachelor.
Day.
Blue Bachelor.
Valentine's
sounds
Day.
good.
Day before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was in November.
Did I say
Yeah,
Thanksgiving?
Yeah, you did.
All right, because here's why. You want to know why?
Okay.
This is not grapefruit. Okay, this is grapefruit, but not just grapefruit. There's vodka in this shit right here.
Good for you.
Two
Good
of
for
those.
you.
And my
Then
boy
happy-
upstairs got a heavy
Happy
pour.
New Year on that. Happy
Skull,
New Year.
skull.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
It's the February Thanksgiving. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's okay.
Hey.
Didn't somebody just kill a turkey yesterday in BBO?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, right in the middle of the highway. Blam!
Yeah.
All right, so Trooper Dick Whiskey, any parting words of knowledge? Like, can you drop, you know what? Do this. Before you go quickly, in succession, drop 3 more beer terms that I can use in my next review. And ready, I hate to put you on the spot, and set, and away we go.
All right. So you have hanging taste,
What do you say?
Hanging
taste.
taste.
Hoppiness
Hoppy.
of a beer.
You know, hoppy.
Hoppiness, okay.
I don't like hoppy beers, Dick.
You have fruitiness of a beer.
Wait, I'm sorry, Dick. Hit the pause button. Dick, hit the pause button. Dick, hit the pause button.
Slower this
Wait,
time,
what
though.
did you say?
Slower this time.
Fruitiness.
Wait, no, not you. I heard
Yeah.
Tia said something
Yeah.
that was involved a penis or a dick, and I got
Yeah.
distracted.
I don't like hoppy dicks, Dick.
Oh, so
Was that hoppy or floppy?
I don't like floppy dicks.
say
I
that in
think she said.
Chinese.
Floppy, no bueno on floppy.
Say that in Chinese.
Me not like floppy wang.
No. No
All right.
floppy.
So hoppiness. Go ahead. What's the next one? What's the next one?
We're going to go with fruitiness.
Fruitiness. All right. Oh, back on the gay stuff. Go
You
ahead.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're going back to the gay stuff.
Full circle.
All right, let's see. One last one.
Your time is up.
The IBV. God.
IBV.
You know where I'm
No, I
at.
got a shot for that. I got a
That's
shot
an
for that.
STD, that's an
I don't
STD.
have that no more.
Oh,
IBV.
you got a shot? I already
I got a
it,
shot
so
for
can-
that. I got the immunizations for that. It's
True,
on my arm.
can
You
I
can say
get
it.
that twice? 'Cause
IBV.
I think I already have that already.
It's like OPP, but only different. All right, we got to go.
IBU.
There's a rap
All right, we're going to break. Trooper, thank you. Thank you, Trooper. We're going to break.
Where's the
Thank you.
rap?
God bless.
Whiskey,
Talk
y'all.
to you later.
Later,
Bye, guys.
brother.
Have fun.
That's
If you
great.
were searching for a doctor that truly cares about your overall health and well-being, contact Dr. Alex at Tri-State Health and Wellness. For more than 11 years, Dr. Alex has been treating law enforcement professionals and their families while focusing on one-on-one care so you never feel rushed. All necessary testing can be conducted during your visit, and they feature flexible hours and appointments to accommodate alternating work schedules. Tri-State Health and Wellness is conveniently located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Contact Dr. Alex today by visiting www.bluetristate.com. Mortgages for everyday heroes. From Michelle Hendershot and Homebridge Financial Services. If you're looking to purchase a home or refinance an existing mortgage, Michelle Hendershot can assist you every step of the way. With over 10 years of experience assisting law enforcement officers with their dream of owning a home, the choice is simple. Contact Michelle Hendershot today. Visit www.mortgagesforblue.com. Are you tired of sleeping alone each night? Feeling sluggish during the day? Is your snoring keeping your spouse awake at night? If you find yourself spending too much time on the couch, maybe it's time to visit Dr. Michael Doblin of At Home Sleep Solutions. Dr. Doblin is the preferred sleep apnea doctor of New Jersey's law enforcement officers. With the help of a custom-fitted oral device, you can finally say goodbye to noisy, antiquated sleep apnea machines. For more information and to schedule an appointment today, contact Dr. Michael Doblin. Visit www.bluesnore.com. Moment of Silence, Inc., along with Blue Suicide, is a nonprofit organization founded to support and raise awareness about the epidemic of suicides amongst law enforcement, military personnel, and first responders. For more information on how you can help, visit momentofsilenceinc.org. If you're in the market for a new vehicle or a certified used vehicle, then visit Fetty Auto Group, located at the junction of Route 46 and Route 3 in Clifton, New Jersey. Fetty Auto Group stands shoulder to shoulder with the men and women in blue. Stop by and ask for Troy Mall and ask about the offers for first responders. For more information, visit FettyAuto.com. That's FettyAuto.com. The Blue Magazine, the law enforcement publication by law enforcement professionals for the men and women of law enforcement. The unfiltered voice of law enforcement. The BlueMagazine.com. Are you patrolling with the pig? If not, you're doing it wrong. Check out all the newest swine swag at ProudPig.blue. They are dirty by design. Check it out now. Visit www.proudpig.blue for all your swine swag. Visit www.proudpig.blue. Resumes by Joe. Owned and operated by retired NYPD second grade detective Joe Federa. With over 20 years of professional resume writing experience and focusing on translating what we do as cops into language that the corporate world can appreciate, we put an emphasis on ensuring that your cover letter and resume will be best received by the applicant tracking system used by most companies today. Check out our website at www.resumesbyjoe.com or call Joe directly at 347-992-4523. Don't forget to ask about the 50% discount for BBO members and most unions across the country. Give us the job of helping you get the job. Contact Resumes by Joe today. If you're a member of the law enforcement profession and are looking to establish long-lasting business relationships with businesses that are blue-friendly, it's time to visit visitblue.com. Visitblue.com features some of the best doctors, lawyers, realtors, as well as other service providers, such as home improvement and financial services. If you are looking for reliable, trustworthy service providers, visit visitblue.com. That's www.visitblue.com. Founded in 2014 by retired NYPD police officer Michael Burke, Brothers Before Others is a national 501c3 law enforcement charity comprised solely of both sworn and retired police officers. Since their inception, Brothers Before Others has sent floral arrangements to the services of all line-of-duty deaths, regardless of where in the country they occur. Having spent over $350,000 to date, while the National Flower Fund remains their cornerstone, their benevolence has since grown well beyond that, even into the civilian world. For more information on how to get involved or to donate, visit brothersbeforeothers.org, or you can visit their public forums on all social media platforms by searching Brothers Before Others. Founded in 2016 by professional musician Neil Giraldo, 3-Chord Bourbon has developed a process that is defined as the perfectly tuned taste, blending carefully selected whiskey bourbon and rye whiskey stocks from Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. Designed to be enjoyed with friends and family, 3-Chord Bourbon will leave you with the same feeling you experience after hearing that perfect song. You'll know their whiskeys are right from the very first sip. For more information on 3-Chord Bourbon and available merchandise, visit 3chordbourbon.com. Line of Duty Cigars, owned and operated by retired NYPD Detective Tom Werther. Visit lineofdutycigars.com for our handmade Nicaraguan cigars, custom ashtrays, custom humidors, and custom flask sets. Also, when you place an order, you choose the law enforcement, first responder, or veteran charity, and Line of Duty Cigars donates 10% to that organization. Planning a special event? Contact us today. Visit www.lineofdutycigars.com. If you are searching for a doctor that truly cares about your overall health and well-being, contact Dr. Alex at Tri-State Health and Wellness. For more than 11 years, Dr. Alex has been treating law enforcement professionals and their families while focusing on one-on-one care so you never feel rushed. All necessary testing can be conducted during your visit, and they feature flexible hours and appointments to accommodate alternating work schedules. Tri-State Health and Wellness is conveniently located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Contact Dr. Alex today by visiting www.bluetristate.com. Mortgages for everyday heroes. From Michelle Hendershot and Homebridge Financial Services. If you're looking to purchase a home or refinance an existing mortgage, Michelle Hendershot can assist you every step of the way. With over 10 years of experience assisting law enforcement officers with their dream of owning a home, the choice is simple. Contact Michelle Hendershot today. Visit www.mortgagesforblue.com. Are you tired of sleeping alone each night? Feeling sluggish during the day? Is your snoring keeping your spouse awake at night? If you find yourself spending too much time on the couch, maybe it's time to visit Dr. Michael Doblin of At Home Sleep Solutions. Dr. Doblin is the preferred sleep apnea doctor of New Jersey's law enforcement officers. With the help of a custom-fitted oral device, you can finally say goodbye to noisy, antiquated sleep apnea machines. For more information and to schedule an appointment today, contact Dr. Michael Doblin. Visit www.bluesnore.com. Moment to Silence, Inc., along with Blue Suicide, is a nonprofit organization Founded to support and raise awareness about the epidemic of suicides amongst law enforcement, military personnel, and first responders. For more information on how you can help, visit momentofsilenceinc.org. If you're in the market for a new vehicle or a certified used vehicle, then visit Fetty Auto Group, located at the junction of Route 46 and Route 3 in Clifton, New Jersey. Fetty Auto Group stands shoulder to shoulder with the men and women in blue. Stop by and ask for Troy Mall and ask about the offers for first responders. For more information, visit FettyAuto.com. That's FettyAuto.com. The Blue Magazine, the law enforcement publication by law enforcement professionals for the men and women of law enforcement. The unfiltered voice of law enforcement. The BlueMagazine.com. Are you patrolling with the pig? If not, you're doing it wrong. Check out all the newest swine swag at ProudPig.blue. They are dirty by design. Check it out now. Visit www.proudpig.blue for all your swine swag. Visit www.proudpig.blue. Resumes by Joe. Owned and operated by retired NYPD second grade detective Joe Federa. With over 20 years of professional resume writing experience and focusing on translating what we do as cops into language that the corporate world can appreciate. We put an emphasis on ensuring that your cover letter and resume will be best received by the applicant tracking system used by most companies today. Check out our website at www.resumesbyjoe.com or call Joe directly at 347-992-4523. Don't forget to ask about the 50% discount for BBO members and most unions across the country. Give us the job of helping you get the job. Contact Resumes by Joe today. If you're a member of the law enforcement profession and are looking to establish long-lasting business relationships with businesses that are blue-friendly, it's time to visit visitblue.com. Visitblue.com features some of the best doctors, lawyers, realtors, as well as other service providers, such as home improvement and financial services. If you are looking for reliable, trustworthy service providers, visit visitblue.com. That's www.visitblue.com. Founded in 2014 by retired NYPD police officer Michael Burke, Brothers Before Others is a national 501c3 law enforcement charity comprised solely of both sworn and retired police officers. Since their inception, Brothers Before Others has sent floral arrangements to the services of all line-of-duty deaths, regardless of where in the country they occur, having spent over $350,000 to date. While the National Flower Fund remains their cornerstone, their benevolence has since grown well beyond that, even into the civilian world. For more information on how to get involved or to donate, visit brothersbeforeothers.org, or you can visit their public forums on all social media platforms by searching Brothers Before Others. Founded in 2016 by professional musician Neil Giraldo, 3-Chord Bourbon has developed a process that is defined as the perfectly tuned taste, blending carefully selected whiskey bourbon and rye whiskey stocks from Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. Designed to be enjoyed with friends and family, 3-Chord Bourbon will leave you with the same feeling you experience after hearing that perfect song. You'll know their whiskeys are right from the very first sip. For more information on 3-Chord Bourbon and available merchandise, visit 3chordbourbon.com. Line of Duty Cigars, owned and operated by retired NYPD Detective Tom Werther. Visit lineofdutycigars.com for our handmade Nicaraguan cigars, custom ashtrays, custom humidors, and custom flask sets. Also, when you place an order, you choose the law enforcement, first responder, or veteran charity, and Line of Duty Cigars donates 10% to that organization. Planning a special event? Contact us today. Visit www.lineofdutycigars.com.
Check.
You know what? I'll throw that shit over to you. Let's see. You run the show. So we're back and we're live, and obviously we have a few extra guests in here. The door's open for when neighbors pay a call. And Father John, before he's gone, will bless this house and all. I learned that when I was a kid.
Amen.
Praise be.
Let us pray.
That's what you say under his eye. I don't know if anybody watches The Bride's Handmaids. What's that show called? Nobody watches it.
Do you watch it?
On Netflix, The Handmaids, Brides, The Handsmaid. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Am I the only one that watches Handsmaid?
Yes.
I believe you are.
Yeah. I never
The show with the girl that used to be on West Wing, and then she was on Mad Men, the one that rose to the ranks.
I'm gonna go with yes. Yes.
You are
just you.
the only
Yeah,
one.
I know. I never even heard
Praise
of
be,
it.
and then you say under his eye. It's a very good series. You watch it?
Is it on Netflix?
Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, Handmaid's Tale. It's on Hulu.
Sounds terrible.
Nobody.
bro.
It's really good.
Is it?
It's really good.
I still have no idea what it's about.
It's about a handmaid.
It's really good. It's really good. Dano Diminish.
Sounds like it could be a portal.
It sounds amazing.
You know Dano Diminish?
Yeah.
It's
You don't know Dano Diminish?
Because the girls
Oh,
in the
Dano.
context,
What, you a big Hawaii 5-0 fan or something when you were a kid?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I get it. I get it. So you really were a big Hawaii 5-0 fan.
No. My
because
name is Danny.
You
My
were
name is
Dano
Danny.
Diminish, and now you book him like Book 'em Dano.
But
So
my
you've been
first-
playing off that name.
But my first CD when I was 17 was Book 'em Dano, believe it or not.
See the way he worked
Before
that in,
I was a
Johnny?
cop.
Johnny?
Before I was a cop. Yeah.
Johnny's in the booth. Johnny Solano. We're proud to have you in the booth. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's Johnny Solano's here now.
Hey, Johnny Blue!
So
Don't spill the beer.
So
man.
Johnny, did you see how he worked into the fact that at 17 he had a CD out there? He did. Trying to act all like Biggie Smalls and whatnot. I had a CD out when I was 17. All right, do you remember the first rap song that you ever wrote? What was
no.
the title?
No,
You know the title?
I don't. I wrote so many songs, man. I wrote so much. I don't remember anything.
Did you have
I
the
started
little-
writing. I started writing when I was 13 years old.
Did you have the little
man.
book and everything?
I had a 3-binder. Yeah, I had a three subject notebook. Yeah,
So
back in the day.
when I was coming up, I wasn't into the rap game yet. I was more of a graffiti guy. See, you just look at me as
Thank
some
God
white,
you stuck to graffiti.
You just look at me as some white. Listen, you're the one that turned down.
We can recreate
Yo, I don't want.
So I was gonna say you had the 3-binder. I had the hard copy, the hard side piece, the black book with all the white pages in it. You know what my name
Oh
was?
yeah, the marble notebook.
Yep.
The
You know
marble
my,
notebook.
no, not the marble, all black one. The all black. It was like a
Oh.
little art book, a smaller size one, because you did your pieces small in there first, because I didn't have a lot when I was growing up. So you don't want to waste all that marker ink.
I got you.
You
I
did your
got you.
pieces
I
small,
got you.
and then you put them up big.
Got you.
So you know what my name was? My graffiti name? Take a guess. I'll knock you off that fucking chair.
Mike the Cop.
I think you told me.
That's a big cock to you, sir.
What was it?
Snake.
Like Snake Plissken?
No, like Snake Ken Stabler.
Please
Ken Stabler. And then it was Deuster. Duester. Deuster. Because of the ladies. I always had 2 on my arms. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Where you
Deuster.
spewed a lot of shit.
Yep.
Deuster.
Muelo. We call that muelo, right?
Yeah.
See? Yo habla español.
When's the
Habla
rap?
español.
What?
Muy bien.
He don't want that. He said no.
Cheers,
so
Papa. Cheers.
He can't even give us a
Skull.
little taste.
Skull.
What?
He can't even
No,
give us a
no.
little
I
taste?
asked him if he could just tell us about his first one that he wrote, and he don't remember it. So
I don't
you know
remember.
what it is?
The first song, I do remember the first song.
Dano Diminish.
Relate to Me. It was called Relate to Me, the first song. Yeah. Dano Diminish was my first rap name. Yeah.
Mine was Piggy Smalls.
Really?
Like
Before
Biggie
you were a
Smalls?
cop? Before you were a cop?
No, I took that on when I came to cop.
Okay.
And I have a group coming out. Is anybody familiar with Warak? You know who Warak is?
No.
Those white dudes. They're up in like New Hampshire or somewhere, and they have this Warak.
He Googled it.
So what we did was we made our own rap group called PWA. That's
Pigs with Attitude.
Right, and we
Yeah.
want you to join. So I'm Piggy Smalls. We got Easy P. That's like Easy E, but Easy P, Easy Pig. We got Flavor Bacon. That's like Flavor Flav. and then we got Ice Pig. No, I can't divulge their names yet. But we're gonna do our own video. We're gonna call out Warak, and we're gonna see if we can get a rap battle going with Warak. But we're missing one piece. None of us are polished. We need one polished individual to join the group.
I got
Boys
you.
to Men 20 years later reunited.
Like a behind the music.
Like that, right?
No, I would say it's kind of like NWA. It's PWA.
Like a
so
Where Are
20
They Now?
years Later reunited.
Right,
Say.
right.
Pigs with attitude.
Easy
Yes.
E is dead though.
What?
Easy E is dead.
Well, we don't have Easy E. We have Easy P.
Okay, so Easy P.
Yeah, Easy P.
My bad.
It's like EDP, but only different.
My bad.
EVE.
My bad, bro.
So, all right, we're taking away from
my bad.
Daniel Diminish's segment. So, all kidding aside now, welcome here, Hudson County Sheriff, right?
Yeah.
15 years.
Yes.
Right? And tell us, give us a little bit of like where you grew up and how you came in to become a rapper and a cop and your charity.
All right, so
You're looking at me like I was going to say a joke right there, and I'm not. I'm being serious
I'm
now.
waiting.
No.
So thank you for having me. First
Yes.
of all, I appreciate this opportunity. I was born in Jersey City, and I moved to Bayonne when I was 9 years old. Raised in Bayonne until my late
What
teens.
avenue?
I used to live at 632 Kennedy Boulevard.
All right, because a lot of people when they say Bayonne, they
24th.
say, I was Avenue C.
Nah,
I was
nah,
B.
nah,
Or they say, I was on the boulevard. Like the badasses
I was on Avenue C, man. I mean, I'm on Kennedy Boulevard.
Right.
I was on Kennedy.
We call it the
But,
boulevard.
yeah,
I grew up in Union City, one town up from you.
Where? Union City?
Yeah, one town up.
What street?
8th Street.
Okay, I know where
8th
that's
and
at.
Palisade.
I know where that's at.
All the poor white people live down in downtown. The
Oh,
rich
yeah?
ones lived uptown.
Central Ave. That's what I
Yeah,
know. Central
further
Ave.
up. Further up.
Okay.
You know
okay,
Berger
okay.
Line Avenue.
Yeah.
Berger Line, that's
we
where
used to
everybody
drive down
cruised.
Berger Line
Yeah.
and try to find girls. Yeah, I
Stop at
remember that.
Modell's. All the dudes are hanging out on motorcycles on the Rice Rockets.
Yeah,
We're
I
just
remember.
reminiscing. It's like nobody's in the room, me and you. Got a little man crush going on over here.
I remember. Yeah. Grew up in Bayonne. Grew up in a very volatile household. My mother was in a abusive relationship with my stepfather. May he rest in peace. I still love him because he made me. He gave me a lot of character. Showed me what it was to be a loving man and support my family and be real and be authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So rest in peace to my pops. But anyway, grew up in a volatile household. Moved to Staten Island when I was in high school.
Shaolin.
I lived on Highland Boulevard. So I started rapping, and I really started going hard in New Dorp High School. There was a group called SAS from England. They moved to Staten Island, and they were pretty big. They were pretty big in Staten Island. So I started rapping with them.
Were you one of the reasons why we had in the 122 we had special attention at New York High School at 2 o'clock every day, motherfucker?
Man, we used to have, listen, I'll be honest.
'Cause I'm from Staten Island,
I take pride in this, man. Like, the thing I loved about Staten Island was there wasn't a lot of gunplay. There wasn't a lot of knife play. It was a lot of fighting, a lot of, but it taught you how to be a man and stand up for yourself, So coming from Jersey.
Unless you wandered over to Park Hill or West Brighton, then
Yeah,
there was some gunplay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, West
Yeah.
Brighton was
Park
tough.
Hill.
Stapleton was
Park
tough.
Hill.
Yeah, but I remember getting the Metro card, the Fun Pass, and just
Right.
driving, going through the city. But so I dropped out of high school at the age of 16 in Staten Island. So because my mom was in an abusive relationship with somebody else that wasn't my stepfather. So I dropped out of high school, and I was a vagabond. I was moving around. I was by myself, technically by myself, jumping house to house. Got my GED when I was 20 years old. And from that point on, I knew I was always in the streets. I was always around it, but I always knew I wanted better. I'll be honest. I knew I didn't want to be a gangbanger. I didn't want to be a street thug. I knew it. I was around it, but I knew I wanted better for myself.
That's a thin line for people on the street where you don't want to do that and you want to go that way.
I
and a
used
lot
to
of people don't even have the choice. They wind up, I'm not saying they don't have a choice, but they
Yeah.
wind up going the other
because
way.
it's the easy way.
Yep,
Listen,
yep.
let me be honest. Anybody, my brother Torres is here. You grew up in an urban setting. Anybody that grew up in a volatile, not only urban, we have suburban, rural, that go through the same issues.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you go through a volatile setting and there's no structure in your house, those options are available to you. You know what I'm saying? You have people saying, yo, listen, you could do this, I could do this for you. And you have those negative influences in your life. I had those.
Family where they didn't have family.
Exactly. So I was around that. I
Where
was
you
in
think.
the worst part. I used to hang out on South Orange Ave between Kenmore and Poe Avenue in Newark, New Jersey. My brother, one of the dudes I grew up with, Malcolm and Jermaine, they used to put me under their wing. And I was in one of the most dangerous areas. And they told me, this you don't want to be here. You want to do
Right.
something better for you. But I was also a rapper. So they used to put me under their wing and protect me and watch over me. So I was around these elements. So I always knew, I said, listen, I want to do something better for myself. And I always used to have empathy for people. I always used to see people struggling, and I always had an empathy and a compassion for people that were going through something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I guess it had to do, I read a book that talked about trauma, and it said that people that go through trauma always want to be in a position to help others that go through trauma. So I said, I want to be in a position where I can help somebody. So later on in life, you know what I'm saying? I was given the opportunity after getting my GED to take the test, civil service test. I took the civil service test. In 2003, I got hired by the sheriff's office, Hudson County, 2005. So fast forward, we here today, 15 years in law enforcement.
So hit pause for a second.
Yeah,
2003, how old are you?
2003, I was
When you
22.
So 22,
22,
you become
23.
a CO.
No, I was a sheriff officer.
Oh, sheriff's officer.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
never worked at jails
No,
at all?
no. Hudson County.
Sheriff's out on the street.
No. We don't have. Hudson County Corrections handles the jail.
Oh, they're
yeah, it's
separate.
not like Bergen County.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So what do the sheriffs do in Hudson County?
We do the courts, and we
Right.
also do all county roads, county parks, patrol.
So when you're
yeah.
doing the courts, you're 22 years old, you're a sheriff.
I was actually 25 when I got hired.
25.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
But
yeah.
you've got to be seeing a lot of people coming through that you know that you grew up with then too,
Of
right?
course.
Which has got to be kind of weird that if you haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You're over here now. You know what I mean?
Of course. I mean, it was weird. It was weird, but I was never so deep into the streets that they was like, oh, you get what I'm saying? It's different if you it's different if you a gangbanger and you become a cop and then like, yo, come on, man, really, bro? You know what I'm saying? But I was in there, but I always knew I wanted better for myself. So they always respected the fact that I was trying to better myself. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it wasn't that hard of a transition. You know what I'm saying?
So at what point do you figure out about bridges? Like how do you start a charity? Not an easy thing to do.
It's not.
No, I know that. What spurred that on? Obviously your childhood and wanting to help people and stuff like that's a big part of it. But what made you could do shit like that without being a charity?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
what made you want to make it official and make it a charity and do that? Like what brought that on?
So I knew I wanted to make a difference, but the best way to make a difference and to be legitimate and to be respected in making a difference is you got to certify yourself in what you're doing, right? So people could respect it. It's hard to step out. We could all say it. Tia was talking about it earlier. Having a gift and having a talent in law enforcement, unfortunately, the culture frowns upon it sometimes because they're like, "Oh, you a rapper? Come on, man. That's counterproductive to the paramilitary organization that we are."
Maybe,
You know?
maybe not.
No. But I'm
Right?
saying
Maybe,
a lot
maybe
of times.
not.
No, I get what you're saying, but a lot of times, let's be honest. Come on, man. You rapping? Get out of here, man. You rapping? Oh, you a medium? Oh, get out of here. Or whatever you like outside of the law enforcement culture. So anyway, I knew that in order for the people to take me serious, and for me to take myself serious, I gotta go as hard as possible, and go full force and get an LLC, get a nonprofit, 501c3, and do it the right way. You know what I'm saying?
So kind of like what Malcolm and what was the other guy's name? Jermaine
yeah.
did for you.
Yeah.
Right on the streets.
Yeah,
you can do
yeah.
it for kids as law enforcement. What's the phrase for?
Be a part of the community, not apart from the community.
Did that just come to you because you write and stuff? Like
Yeah,
Brothers
it
Be
just-
Brothers for me just came out and we were just hanging out and I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, we should have a way to like, greet people. Like the Romans, they do the brother, or like in church they say peace be with you, and that's how Brothers Be Brothers came. So did that just pop into your head one day, or?
One day I was writing and working on music and trying to be creative, and I just thought about it. And I'm a firm believer in God. I love God, and I'm never gonna be ashamed or shy away from that. And I believe God gave me the intuition to do this and to give me gave me the drive to do this. So one day I just was sitting home writing and I thought of it and I said, wow, be a part of the community, not apart from the community.
That's a fucking t-shirt.
Absolutely.
I'd be like,
it's too long.
That's
when
I go, you know what? I hope you bought that because I'm going to register that shit.
No.
Put a .com on that as soon as I get out of here.
Yeah.
And then I'll sell it to you. All right, so now you have the charity, right?
Yep.
Well, tell us a little bit about what the charity does. Like, obviously it's community based.
Yeah.
But what are you doing out there?
So right now I'm doing a lot of mentoring, one-on-one mentoring with inner city kids that have obviously issues, behavioral. They live in some of the most violent areas. So I do a lot of one-on-one mentoring.
How are you finding them? People coming to you with power, like teachers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm very close friends with a lot of social workers that work within the school. a lot of juvenile psychologists that work within the schools. So what I started doing was, at first, I said, man, I really got to get this out there. So on my own time, I used to go to the schools and just say, listen, I'm here. I'm at your disposal. Whatever you need, I'm here. So through doing that, I just started building a network.
Okay. And how long have you had the charity?
Since 2005, legit. Since
LL
2005.
And what's the website?
The website is, I forgot. I just
I'm trying to get some money for you, bro. I want to tell them where to go.
Listen, it's not about the money, man. It's about,
listen, it's not about the money, but it is, because you need money to do the shit you're doing.
Absolutely.
Trust me. And
Hold on.
They don't call me Donation Jesus for nothing, brother.
No,
I'm good at.
So
There's a couple of things I'm good at.
I'm very sorry to all the people listening. I'm very sorry. That's very unprofessional. But it's thebridgesproject.info. www.thebridgesproject.info. And if you want to email me, you could go to bookem@thebridgesproject.info. You can email me if you know kids that are going through troubles. Listen, I'm not Superman. I can't do everything by myself. But we do have access to tools and resources that we could get to these kids and do it in a large sum. You know
Okay, so I know you don't care about money, but how do people?
No, we need money to do.
All right.
Yeah,
so how do
yeah,
they
yeah.
donate to you? Do you have a PayPal set up? Do you have?
Yes.
You have Venmo?
Yes.
I just got Venmo 2
yes.
days ago. I haven't had Venmo, and everybody's saying Venmo.
Yes,
I got a Venmo now. So when we leave, we'll just put it all up on the air.
I just opened up a bank account for it, but like I said, man, I'm gonna be tight on that itinerary. I'm gonna be tight on that everything. I want everything to be legit.
Right, you're working with a kid, right? And say
yeah.
his thing is baseball, and you're having a hard time reaching him, and you say, I want to take this kid to a Yankee game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take him out to eat. I want to get to him on something that he's into. That's how you get to kids.
Absolutely,
That's how you do
absolutely.
stuff, right?
I coach baseball
right.
too.
Okay, so then going to a Yankee game costs money.
Absolutely.
Feeding the kid costs money.
Absolutely.
And look, we all do. We all go into our own pockets. But it's good to have some
Absolutely.
resources to do that.
Absolutely.
So we'll put them up. We'll put them up after when we go on the air.
And if you ever need any female help, you call me. I work with
Absolutely.
probation, so you ever need me, I'm there.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's hard for you to relate with the girls.
Yeah, that's a touchy topic. With juveniles and girls. Obviously, I got to go through the right. And right now, I'm in the process. I have a lawyer. Shout out to Stephen Natoli in Secaucus. He's working on, a waiver form for any juveniles that I deal with. Because we got.
Do you have an accountant? You have an accountant yet?
Not yet.
Edmund Brady. Everybody uses him.
I see him outside. Is that the guy outside?
No. We got a guy we use. Josh, do we need to go to a break, or can I go right into the Canine Corner Ron segment? I know we're running behind, and we got to get Shay in here too.
Yeah, no, I know. You know what? Take a 6-minute break. Take a 6-minute break.
And we're okay with Brian because he's got to ride back. I don't want to lose him.
I just want to say one thing, man.
Yeah, no.
One more thing. I just want to say.
Go right through that fucking stop sign, yo. Go ahead.
No,
it's okay. That's all right.
No. I got to get this off, man. Thank you once again and your team for having me on.
Always.
I appreciate it.
Anything you need.
But I just want to say something to all my brothers and sisters in law enforcement. Don't be scared to be yourself. Unfortunately, we get trapped in this culture, in this mindset that we're scared to step outside the box and be ourselves. But when we take this job, 95% of us in front of the oral board will say, I want to better my community. I want to be a cop that positively impacts my community. But somehow along the way we lose ourselves and we lose who we are. And that, for me, hold on, wait 1 second. That for me.
No, he's talking about donuts.
That for me has a lot to do with. Obviously, we know that there's a high suicide rate in law enforcement. Obviously, we know there's a lot of mental illness issues in law enforcement. A lot of it has to do with cops not being able to be themselves and express themselves, whether it's creatively or whether it's just you brothers before others. But we really have to live by brothers and sisters before others and be there for each other.
Right.
Not drag them through the mud when they're going through something.
True
So
that.
I just got to say that.
Word.
You know what? We're not even taking a break. We're just gonna swap people out. Just
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
swap
Well,
them
the
out.
way we're doing it, it's fine. We can do that.
Sit there and fill time.
Right.
Yeah. So that
I know
you're
not believing how good I am being with this in this non-structured environment, but that's okay. I may or may not have taken a Xanax earlier in the day.
Be yourself, man.
This way, you swap to the seat. Swap. Swap to the seat. Hold on.
So while we're because you can't have dead air. It's a podcast. You can't have dead air. You can't knock things over either in the booth either. But I'll tell you what. He might have knocked over that 12.9-inch iPad Pro, but he didn't drop that donut with those M&Ms on it. Jacob the Inhaler. So let me just introduce some people while we're waiting. So we have Matt Gajewski here. He's a newly appointed member. Well, he was a trustee in BBO. I did say we were going to talk a little bit about BBO. He is now a board member in BBO, Community Relations, which is a lot of the stuff we're talking about today. We got Ray here. Ray is a jack of all trades, master of none.
Correct.
He likes to jump out of planes. Why? Perfectly good ones. Why? I don't know.
It was one time.
We have Rachel here, which, her story has been told many a times. Badass, warrior, fun girl. Oh, Brian Chase, to my right. I don't know where you came from. Joshua Oliveri.
No, I'm on the way out.
Bookham's behind me.
Good looking out on the last name. There you go. Good man.
Well, it's not like everybody don't know who you are, bro. T is in the corner, and we got, Tia Bell, because we got T here, not to be confused with Twisted T, although you are the original Twisted T. So, Josh, do I just get right to it?
Yeah.
Let's go right
Okay.
in.
All right, so
Let T get his thing. Come on.
his canine corner?
Yeah, get his canine corner going.
All right.
Go.
Okay. Start. So we have this. We have a few different segments that we do. One of them is Canine Corner, and Ron comes in. Not every show, but some shows. You don't have to take the toothpick out of your mouth. Don't worry about it. Just keep it in, and yeah, no big deal.
Won't do it.
But I like that you have the hat on, the canine hat,
listen.
and 9-line.
Might as
Yeah.
well-
Don't wear BBO.
Listen,
Don't wear Proud Pig.
Come on, son.
Come in here with
Come on, son.
9-line on,
Listen,
disrespecting me,
listen,
yo.
Come on, yo. I'm
I'm
all
just
over
saying.
Facebook and Instagram with
All right.
all your
Okay.
stuff.
You might not feel
know that,
bad
son.
now. You're gonna feel
You know
bad
that,
in a
son.
couple minutes.
Come on, son.
Go ahead. Do your so Canine Corner.
Come on, son.
It's where you come in, right? You have Canine High Drive, the business, highly well-respected business in the country, training dogs.
Yep.
Plus, you were a canine officer in
Lauderhill, Florida.
Florida, retired from that.
Yep.
BBO member.
Yep.
And that's how we got you to come in to do the Canine Corner.
Yeah.
So you started touching on the Canine Corner early on in our first episode we had you on.
We did the first episode, yeah.
Yeah, and you did about a half hour on Canine
it was
Corner.
Pretty cool.
It was pretty well.
Yeah,
So now we brought you in to do Canine Corner Part 2.
Yeah, it was. It's
So
kinda like
so you think? It's not really why you're here.
Aha.
So let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it?
Let-
All right, so Matt Gajewski is going to tell you why you're here. Matt's going to let you know why you're here.
So, as
Move a little closer to the mic.
some people might or might not know, with my position in the trustees and now the board, I'm actually in charge of heading up the Member of the Month committee for BBO. And this year we were lucky enough to be tasked with our Member of the Year committee. So that's why you're here, Ron.
Member of the Year.
You
my
are the
brother.
BBO Member of the Year.
He's a little confused. You're gonna get it to him again.
You are BBO Member of the
Congratulations,
Year.
brother.
Now, you gotta talk to him
Congratulations.
like we talked to Chris.
So normally, you know how this works. Normally, we would do this at a ugly sweater soiree, or a night to unite, or one of our events. But we don't have any of those events.
We had no way to do this.
We're
So
just some men with some
this is way
So a
microphones.
lot of the people that you see here aren't here for the show. They're here to see you get your award.
Bro, just hold on.
Brother.
Yeah, buddy.
You fucking earned it. You deserve it.
You got a lot of sitting
Come
there
on.
listening before you say
Yeah.
a fucking word.
Yeah.
Shut up, Matt. Finish.
Just
Shut up.
I'm very
take it all in.
Just
Take it all in.
just so everybody knows, this was Eric Brennan's idea. This little guy right here.
That little guy.
There's only a few guys who have one of these. Eric Brennan, as everybody knows, is Amy Caprio's cousin. He's a very valued member of BBO. He designed this. He came up with the idea. If everybody wants to take a look, there's only a few people that have one of those. So once it gets to you, Ron,
I think you're number 5.
you keep that. That's for you.
Bro, I'm
So you don't
I
have,
just-
you don't
I
have a
wanna-
uniform to put that on anymore, but you could put it on a hat.
Well,
or
I mean,
do
with the way he
something.
looks, he probably shouldn't.
Yeah, with that beard, you shouldn't be in a fucking bag anyway. So who's in charge?
And then where's that bag? Where's that bag? That's
Wait,
I didn't know it was here. Right?
bro, I'm
I just wanna add.
Bro, you're never at a loss for words. Don't be at a loss for words now.
Again, you got a lot of listening. You got a lot of listening to do before you say a fucking word. So shut up.
So just to add a little personal touch, and then I promise I'll be quiet. I feel like it was minutes of meeting Ron. I sent him a picture through Facebook As everybody in the room might be a
Was it a
little
nudie,
surprised,
yes
I'm
or
kind
no?
of a patch geek.
Dick pic.
I sent Ron a picture of one of my kids going through some of my patches, and Ron's was his favorite. And within days, I had shirts for both my kids, hats for both my kids, patches for both my kids. Every single time I go to an event, there's never a time where I ever have to question whether or not, he's going to recognize me, where some people, he's just one of those guys. He's a friendly face. And even though, sometimes he might not be all business, you never ever have to question his benevolence or his commitment to law enforcement or BBO. So,
All right,
Mr.
so
President.
what we have here is the award. This is Josh, is this the 5th year we've done this?
Sixth. Now,
This is the 6th year?
Can I, because it meant so much to me, can I explain
Yes.
that the
So
only...
this is for the
the
camera
only-
right here.
Wow.
That design, the first time Mike used that design was for Stephen McDonald at the where was that? The Astoria in Queens. And this is the only thing he used
Put
that
up.
design for.
Yo, T.
That was the Nights Unite.
Put up.
Steve McDonald's Nights Unite 3. When we honored him, that was the design that we used.
T.
I use that now for all the awards.
T.
Congratulations.
any event you
God
go to,
bless
you
on
see
that.
his face. Any donation request that comes up,
Okay.
you see his name. There's never.
So you still got a lot of listening to do before you say a word. Rachel.
The purple bag that's in the locker.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Oh, wait, hold on. But wait, there's more.
Oh,
But wait,
Rachel could go now.
there's more.
That's a lot. There's
Shut
a lot
your
of words.
face.
There's a lot of words on that paper.
We got a lot, all right?
The top part's a recipe, though.
It's directions how to get
Is it
here.
French? Is it French onion
Guys,
grilled
can you hear
cheese?
me?
'Cause I had that for the first time the other
Turn
day.
left and point 2
Look,
miles.
we all know how much I drink, so
All right.
writing things down is paradise.
Okay.
Eggplant parmesan. Let's go.
It took her 3 weeks.
So when I was asked to say a few words in honor of T, I was sure of a few things. 1, yes, I wanted to. 2, I would have to involve our quarantine family. And 3, I would have to write this shit down. In T's own words, he was born blue. So on December 16th, 1968, our little blue boy Ronald was born. Over the next...
Little boy blue? You say little boy blue? Oh, okay.
Over the next, what's like 150 years, I guess, give or take, his accomplishments have spoken for themselves. He is a father, a son, a brother, uncle, a cop's cop, and an amazing friend to so many. Some of those friends lovingly made a list. It's titled Our Favorite Things About T. And here it is. We love...
Look up at the camera.
T!
We love his devotion to wearing the tightest pants he can possibly find.
You don't just get the name skinny jeans out of nowhere. You gotta earn that.
Allegedly.
And always pairing them with the most ridiculous socks. We love his ability to fall asleep sitting upright in any chair. And every chair.
So why you wanted him to look at the camera, make sure he wasn't asleep?
We love wagering on the over-under on how long it's going to take his signature toothpick to fall out of his mouth when he's sleeping. We love his optimism that he shows up to every party with a 6-pack of Corona like it's going to be an easy night, all the while knowing he's going to be drinking tequila out of the bottle and chasing it with whatever strange bottle of alcohol Trooper John showed up with. We love his sweet, sweet dance moves and his heartfelt, slightly slurred, extremely emotional, and very long toasts.
They are long.
We love that he always, always, always there for us when we need him, even if that means answering his FaceTime while soaping up in the shower.
Yep.
Yeah, that was.
I never got one of those.
No, it's pretty traumatic. You don't want to be part of it.
I know, but I feel left out. I feel like I want one.
That's okay.
The FaceTime thing's a little creepy. You don't want one.
Ask and you shall receive.
Do you have chest hair or do you shave your chest? I want one. I like what I like.
And this is why
We love T's Escalade, but we love the Montero more. We love his commitment to commitment. He puts all of himself into everything he does, whether it's BBO, BBN, or getting shit-faced. Once he commits to something, he's all in. Unless it's plans with us, then sometimes he's not all in.
Wow.
One time.
Is this a member of the year or a roast? It feels like it's a roast. I like it. I'm liking this more and more.
We love that he don't want no problems, but no matter what, he's our brother and he has our back, and would be the first person to ever tell someone, if you don't start none, there won't be none.
Whose car are we gonna
Probably
take?
Jesus.
We mostly love that Ronald Skinny Jeans Torres is one funny motherfucker. And if you are unaware of just how funny he is, I challenge you to fuck around and find out.
Twisted Tea. The original.
So, in conclusion, Ronnie, you deserve this, and you earned this. We are so proud of you, and we are so blessed to be able to call you a friend. So everyone raise your glass to Ronnie Skinny
Unknown,
Jeans.
can I have my beer?
Skull. Where is it?
To Ronnie Blue Boy Skinny Jeans Torres.
Rachel.
What? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Thank you.
Skull.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Won't be none.
Are there more testimonials? Ray.
What, you want me to say something?
Yes! Say something!
Nipple rings.
Lean in a little bit.
You want to use them on?
You want page 2? Because you only did page 1.
There's a page
Lean
2.
with it. Run with
How
it.
about that?
Come on, Ray.
Lean in.
Come on, Ray.
I've known Ron since when?
40 years,
The-
30,
the
35,
80s?
40 years, so yeah.
The 80s.
Did you both have 8-ball jackets back then, or no?
They were sheepskins.
Okay.
They were
Yeah,
sheepskins.
yeah, goose down.
We were both auxiliary cops in Passaic. And then Ron moved to Florida, and then for some God knows why reason, he moved back from Florida instead of staying in the warmth. But this is a guy you could call on 3 o'clock in the morning,
100%.
and he'd be right there for you. I love the guy. I like his parents a little better. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest.
Not the first time I heard that.
I like his parents a little better, but I love the guy, and no place I'd rather be than right by his side.
Anybody else?
I will.
Who's I?
No good Nick wants to talk.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, the meme. These guys. This is. I know
know.
what your meme crew is called. Does it have a name?
I don't think we do.
Okay.
T, do we have?
We have to come up with one.
Yeah, we gotta come up with a name. But
The Ron and Nick show.
the Ron and Nick.
So.
I met Ray at Ron at the first Tunnel Towers run, and saw him all over BBO, and he's a badass dude. And I look at him like an older brother. I mean, I wouldn't pick anyone else. Be by my side. So.
Were you pushing him around at the Walk to Remember in the carriage? Was that
No.
you? No.
No, I don't
No,
think
Tunnel
so.
to Tower. Oh, Tunnel to Tower.
Tunnel Towers, yeah.
Yeah, who was
Hey,
pushing
Mike,
you
so
around?
the meme group, instead of like the defenders, they're technically the offenders.
Offenders. Oh my God.
There it is.
Does anybody own that? The Offenders. I'm going to offenders.com.
The Offenders.
I'm registering that when I leave, and I'll sell it back
And
to
I'll
you.
sell it to you.
Because I feel like they spend all day just offending people.
So me and Johnny will go quick, because we got somebody on the phone that's gonna close it out. I'm not gonna talk long because I'll get emotional.
That's a lie.
No, I mean, we can go all day. Listen to
But
shit.
don't, because we're way over on time.
I know we're way
Are we?
over on
Okay.
time.
Are we?
A little bit.
That's all right.
But I mean, the shit he does for my daughter. You listen. Anybody in this room knows you do something for my kids. It's gold. We had the first wet bar in the history of children's hospitals. That is a fact. That is a fact. On the day of my daughter's last surgery, these guys, there was a group that came down, and T had called. He goes, "What do you want to drink?" I'm like, "T, we can't drink. I'm at a fucking hospital, bro." He's like,
Children's
"What do you
hospital.
want?"
That's
Yeah.
right,
so
no
what,
less.
what do you want to drink? I'm like, all right, Johnny Walker. This motherfucker showed up with Johnny Walker, a handle of fucking Tito's, and was in the room cutting fucking limes with the nurse walking in. I mean, it's insanity. Insanity. So, like what Ray said, you call this guy at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's 100% legit. I mean, every event we're at, every time you turn around, this motherfucker's there. Yeah.
I wish he'd pay once in a while. I'm just.
Ooh. I don't know.
I got a charity.
Wow. I don't want to start any problems. I'm just saying he pays for Danny shit. I'm just saying I don't want any problems. He pays and pays well.
And he brings Johnny Walker and Tito's to your house. I get 6 packs of Corona.
And he drinks 5 out of 6 of them. Wait a minute, you mean you got a Corona?
And he spilled the other one.
Street team wouldn't be street team if you started paying.
I got some bullshit ginger beer. You got Corona?
Ron, I want to tell you.
Yo, that ginger beer
from the
is no
second that I
joke.
met you at Police Week, I knew what you were about. You've been a brother to me ever since. Somebody that I look up to. I look forward to seeing. I look forward to talking to. And I can't tell you how well deserved this is. Day or night or day, East Coast to West Coast. If I need you, you're always there, and vice versa. I love you. I'll always be there for you. And skull to
Skull!
Ronnie.
There's no good name.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Whatever you
Is
put
the
in
caller
there.
on?
Yeah, our caller's on. He's
trying
patiently.
All right, let's put
He's
the caller
driving.
on, and then we got to get to Brian. We're going to talk about Brian's charitable endeavors. He's been waiting. He's got to get back to Colorado.
Hello?
Yeah, fucking joke. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello. Hello.
Focus. Redirect.
What's going on, guys? Hello.
Can you hear us?
I hear you guys. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead, brother. Who's this?
This is Will Sess. This is Will Cespedes.
What's up, Will?
NYPD, 12 years.
What's up, Will?
What's going on, guys?
We didn't ask for your resume. I
Ryan,
just want your
hi,
fucking
guys.
name. But go ahead. Just want to know who it was. Don't need to know how where you worked, the hell you worked there. We all know you're a tough guy.
Hey, Will.
Hey, buddy, how you
What's going
feeling?
on, guys?
How you feeling? You doing well?
I'm all right. I'm over here to got my leg up. You know, ask Ron. He's been over here more than my mother.
Good, good. It's good to hear, man. Heal up. So why you on the line today?
I guess we're talking about my stepdad over here, Ron Torres. You know, he hates when I call him stepdad, but he's been great. He's somebody I consider like a father. I've known Ron now. Ron? I'll say like 5 years. We met after a funeral up in Okaloosa.
Yeah.
And you know, my parents moved down to Florida. They literally moved down to the town right next to where Ron used to work. And instantly, you know, I was up in New York. I used to pass by my parents' house all the time. I think maybe for the free food, but still passed around all the time. Checked on them and everything else, you know. And then once he came back up to New York, we just, you know, we've been together. We're like glue. And my accident happened. I think maybe an hour didn't go by every day that he ain't call me during my accident. You know, it's funny. One of the guys was just talking about Ron showing up to the hospital with some booze. I think I'm 3 or 4 days out of my 3rd or 4th surgery, high as hell off a Percocet, and here comes Ron Torres with some moonshine and freaking Tito's in my hospital room, trying to make me drink. I'm like, bro, I'm on smart. Yeah, I'm like, I'm high as a kite. Like, what are you doing? Like, no, just one drink. One drink turned into the whole night, and but that's just how he is. Like, you know, like everybody's saying, he'll be there, you know, whenever you need him. He might be drunk when he shows up, but he'll still be there. And yeah, you know, I don't know anybody else that would deserve this more than Ron.
Thank you, brother.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for calling in, and I hope
I
you
can't
heal
even
it up fast there, brother. All right.
I can't even talk.
Ron's for the first time in a very long time is at a loss for words. Does anybody have video going in this besides the podcast? All right, brother. Take care.
Thanks, Papa. Love you, bro.
Can I say something?
All right, so Ron, this is a little gift from Josh and I. You remember when we? Well, I'll let you look at it. You can open it, and then I'll explain what's going on there. So those are there's the watch company. Let me look at that because I always pronounce it wrong. I think I have dyslexia.
E-Guard.
E-Guard. Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like a name of like a ogre, like something reminds me of Shrek. So E-Guard watches. They're awesome watches. He's a super supporter of law enforcement. Designed that watch, and it's a limited run. I think they only made 500 total, I believe. If they're numbered on the back, and we were able to get 100 out of the 500 that they made
Wow.
from them, and that's one of the 500 watches that were made. That's just a gift from Josh and I to you.
Beautiful.
So Ron Torres, member of the year.
I can hold it for you if you want.
I don't even know what to say.
Can it start with I was born blue?
You know, I came at a time into this group where I was at a very low point in time in my life. I was going through divorce, and a very ugly one at that. And the few people that know my story, this group was like a savior for me. It brought me out of a bad place and put me around other people like me that had went through similar stuff that I was going through at the time. And I remember a lot of people being new to the group and reaching out to me and stuff, and learning that I wasn't alone in what I was going through. And like Danny said earlier, you know, sometimes you feel like because you've been through something and experienced it, and now somebody else is going through it, that you can help them.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember a couple people posting things about similar to what I was going through, and I remember reaching out to them and letting them know, hey, I'm here. I went through what you went through. And that's when I realized what an amazing group this was, and then I started meeting more and more people. And then building a bond with some amazing human beings. This for me is just
You're such heart. You have such heart.
completely unexpected. If anybody knows me, knows that I do what I do because of my love for what you guys still do, and for who you guys are, and Mike and Josh. These guys, I love them.
Jimmy.
I love you all, man. But what these guys do and the amount of work that goes on, and I'm not in their positions, but because of my relationship with them, I get to see a lot of what they do, and the hard work and the sleepless nights that they go through to build this, and I'm in complete awe and thankful just to be a small part of it. I had no clue that this was going on, and I love you guys. Thank you so much. I don't feel like I deserve it.
God bless.
From Detroit. Dan, you there?
Yeah,
We got a caller on the air. Two callers on the air. Who's this?
It's Emery.
Hey, Daniel Emery. This is a board member, Daniel Emery, on the phone from Detroit. Big D.
Big D.
What's going on? What's going on, Daniel? What's going on?
I just wanted to congratulate Ronald on his award there. He's one of the most deserving members we have. First time I met him was at one of our family day picnics. And, you know, the guy is swarmed by people. He takes time to talk to everybody. And, you know, the stuff he does is just amazing. And I'm glad we're able to give him this award.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Dan. I truly appreciate it.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for calling in. We got another caller on the line. We want to get them on the line.
Jimmy, you there?
All right, I'll talk to you guys.
All right, brother. Jimmy.
What's going on?
Hey, brother. What's going on, man?
What up, dude? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing, bro?
Well, it can be for being me. Pretty fair for a square, I guess.
Yeah, I hear you. I got my Detroit. I got that Detroit hat and that Faith hat back there for you, right over my shoulder. I don't know if you see that or not. Josh got his Detroit.
I definitely appreciate that.
All right, man. So what you calling in to talk to Ron?
Oh yeah. I wanted to call and tell my brother congratulations. My brother from another mother, and you know, I really appreciate your friendship, man. I know this definitely ain't about me, it's about you, but I got to be able to speak to you. You know, that conversation that we had, what was that, New Year's Eve, that conversation we had about policing, what it is, where it's going, where we came from, what we've seen, and how can we change the culture. I never thought the next day my brother wouldn't be here with us anymore, my blood brother. You were one of the first people to check up on me and see how I was doing, and that really means a lot, and that speaks to the guy and the man and the brother that you are. I just wanted to call and say congratulations. I usually don't get on the phone much and do shit like this unless I'm drinking, and I'm at work right now, so I'm kind of sober, believe it or not. But I just wanted to say thank you, brother, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you. And if
Jimmy,
I sound a little misty-eyed, maybe that's because I am. But.
Jimmy, first of all, I want to say I'm so sorry in your loss, brother, and I there's nothing I can say to you to help change or maybe pad the grief a little bit that you're going through, but just know that I love you, bro, and I've had many conversations, and another conversation the other night was amazing, was beautiful, man. I'm glad we had an opportunity to have it. I'm always going to be here for you, and I'll see you very soon. I'm going to see you very soon, sooner probably than you know it. And I love you, man. Thank you for taking the time out to call. This is just a complete shock, man. Just, again, amazing group of people here at BBO, and thank you, bro. Thank you for taking the time out to call, bro. I love you, bro.
I love you too, brother. Now, the only thing that could have been better is if they would have had the bouncers from that bar where you were dancing on the stool actually give you your award.
Don't think we didn't try to get him. That was at the rooftop Hyatt. Unfortunately, he don't work there no more. Listen to me. We think alike. Me and you. Me and you were separated at birth. So just to paint the picture, we were doing the Tunnel to Tower the next day. Was that when we were doing Chestnuts? Was that Chestnuts? Was that the Boston guys that were with us that night?
I think so.
No, wait.
I think it was Chestnut.
When we were at
yes.
the rooftop?
Well, we did it both years,
Yes.
but that was the year that the guys from Weymouth came down, right?
The guys from Weymouth, listen.
So
that was out of control.
So we were honoring.
They were doing shots.
We were
on the
we were
way
honoring
to the Starlight.
Officer Chestnut from Weymouth PD, and we had about 7 or 8 of their guys come down. Well, it started at 7 or 8. I think it wound up being like 15 people. So I said, "Oh, come down. We're going to take." We wanted to get him away from everything. The trial was going to start soon, and we just wanted him to have like a weekend. So we told him to come down. We paid for him to get down here. We told him we were going to put up in a hotel. And when they got there, the dude was like, "Yo, we thought you were going to put us up like in a Holiday Inn or something." He goes, "This is unbelievable because the rooftop Hyatt, you could throw a rock and hit New York City."
Yep.
And the one thing that New York City doesn't have is the view of New York City. I mean, it is beautiful, amazing. So we're up on the roof, and these guys are a little drinking. And Ron can't be outdone. This is Boston, New York. You got to represent it, right?
Show out, bro.
So Ron is up on a stool, and he's grabbing onto like what he thinks is a pole, apparently there for him, but it's a sprinkler. and then somehow the sprinkler channeled into him, so he's on one foot like a pirouette or some sort of ballet move. That's the only word I know. Don't ask me to spell it. He starts doing it like some sort of weird move, like a sprinkler, but instead of with his arm in the dance move, he was doing it with his one leg. And then he's all happy, and then the bouncer comes over and taps on his shoulder. And then Ron get down and he give the guy a big hug and no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
But that was quite a night.
That was a night. I think the plan was to go back and be done by midnight. But again, we were with the Boston guys,
That's the most impressive drinking scene.
I think there was a live video around 2 a.m.
So I say to them at like 12:30, I said, "Listen, I'm not running because I can't run. I'm gonna walk it." I said, but it's still a decent amount to walk. I got to turn in. Plus, I'm all, it's an event, so I'm all wound up, nervous energy. It's, whatever. So they're like, okay, all right. I'm like,
You
all
were
right.
nice and relaxed
I said,
till the
guys,
bus was
remember, you're running this. You're running. They're in uniform, full uniform, vests, everything. I said, at least run until you get into the tunnel and the cameras can't see you anymore. You got to at least do that. Oh yeah, we're fine. So the next day we get up, put a bottle of Jameson on the bus for them. just the little hair of the dog. We get to the event.
Hair of the dog only applies if you stop drinking.
True.
They never
So
stop.
all right. So we gave him a bottle of Jameson. So they're on the bus. So then we're going, like, you know, if you ever done Tunnel to Towers, you start about, besides it being what's the total amount, like?
Yeah, 3.2. It's a 5K.
3.2 miles, tracing the footsteps, right? We're walking to. It takes a while to get to the tunnel, so they keep breaking off the line, and I'm like, yeah, these guys must have to piss so much, right? All the shit they were drinking,
Buddy,
right?
the firehouses were open, buddy.
No, the firehouses and the bars are open at 7:30 in the morning. As you're going to the thing, they were going back in the bars,
Banging shots.
Before
before
I
they
swear to
started
you,
the-
I've never experienced this before. I smelled Jameson coming out of the sweat of their pores.
And it was like you didn't even know it. Like they were
legit,
running
like
it
if
like
you
it was
open the
nothing.
bottle, sweat. And they ran. They probably ran the first mile.
I have to. I
Some
have
of
to
them
say
ran all the
that,
way.
that again, the plan was we were supposed to end by midnight. It's 3:30 in the morning, and we're still.
I know.
out
I
there.
got the bar bill. Trust me. I know.
And Josh and I may have spooned that night. May or may not. Allegedly.
You too?
Yeah. We slept in the same bed that night. We didn't even sleep because anybody that knows me knows that.
Now, when
I
you
sleep-
said, hold on, Brian, when you said you two, did you mean like you two, like you spooned with Josh as well? Because that's what it sounded like. Like you said, I spooned with Josh that night, and then you said
did
you
sound
two,
like that.
and I took that
Great.
as like, oh, I spooned with Josh as well.
Great, so I wasn't alone. So it was fantastic.
He is a warm. He is warm.
I wasn't alone.
He
It
does
looks
give
like
us a lot of-
BBO has their own #MeToo thing going on.
So I remember we're laying
Don't
down.
start, no, won't be, no.
We're laying down. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't sleep much. I sleep maybe 3 to 5 hours a day, and that night being.
How much do you sleep at night?
That's.
I thought you meant naps throughout the day.
Like in chairs?
So I remember we're laying in bed and he's passed out and I'm sitting there taking selfies. Remember, and I'm wide awake and I'm taking selfies. It's like now 4 a.m. We gotta go hit the bus and I'm taking selfies. He's passed out. I'm keep fucking with him, and we get downstairs and then get to the bus and
4 a.m. We had to be on the bus at 6.
6.
Just keep that
Right.
in mind.
Yeah.
4 a.m.
I say 4 because I know they're not going to be
4
there
a.m.
until 6.
We had to be on the bus at 6. 4 a.m. he's
You
taking
have to get.
selfies.
Listen, Rachel.
Think about that
Look
for
at
a
me.
minute.
Let me tell you something. You have to get through the Battery Tunnel at a certain time, and they close the tunnel. Now listen, we all know people. We got pull, but I don't have the kind of pull that can get a friggin' Greyhound bus through a tunnel when there's cops there with friggin' automatic weapons. It's like Checkpoint Charlie. The things come down and like, show me your papers. You know, like that.
And I went to that was my first year running in uniform, and I think it was Josh's also. So
All right, I wouldn't exactly call it running in uniform.
Well,
Trotting.
A
Trot, a good trot at best.
It was a skip.
Yeah.
We get on.
We look
get
like
on-
a friggin' Smurf.
We get on the elevator and Josh and I, and we smell still alcohol. We're dressed in full uniform. We smell alcohol on the elevator. I go, man, somebody spilled something in here, right, bro? So we're like, oh fuck, I think it's us. We're smelling. So then we get on the bus and there's more alcohol on this bus. I'm like what's going on here? We get to the run, and it was a run, walk, crawl, take a breather, walk some
Finish.
more.
It was a finish. You have
So
to finish.
the best part about this, we get to the very end, and then you know how that they have the medians there with the walls there. All you see is all the Boston guys,
Weymouth guys, yeah.
sitting on the wall. Then there's a bunch of Jersey guys, us, and everybody's got their shirts off, their vest off, pouring water on, on their heads. A couple people may have thrown up. I don't know, allegedly, maybe. It was a mess. But the one thing about that night was those guys from Massachusetts were amazing. They were some amazing brothers. We had such a great time that night. It was well worth being up all night and drinking all night. It really was. Again, it showed the camaraderie of the brotherhood and the work that's done by this group and putting certain things like that together. And I know that was a Tunnel to Towers event, but
Well,
getting
listen,
everybody together
that's
and all that.
unintentional transitional material.
Yes.
Because the one time we finished, that's what we saw. The second time we finished, I don't know if you saw Cat's Deli sandwiches show up all over the place.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yes, yeah, true.
Where did the Cat's Deli sandwiches come from?
Oh,
I wonder where they can.
Hey, did you ever come to the Tunnel to Tower?
I'm
Which
gonna
one were
guess
you at?
Cat's Deli.
Both?
I brought the deli sandwich.
I know. That was my segue.
Right?
But
Yes.
which one were you at? Were you at Chesna or were you at Oh, Caprio. Oh, Caprio's right. So the year before we did Amy Caprio's. I'm just finding out about these Cat's. I never knew there were Cat's Deli. Why didn't I? I know what
Because I
happened.
ate about 3
Yeah, I
trays
didn't
of
get
them.
any. So I didn't get any pastrami on rye.
Comerford did.
With some nice
Over got most of
hot
it.
mustard. So Brian Shea here is to my right, and we don't say the company. We just say Brian Shea. He works in finance. That's as much as I'll say, right? So he's one of our family. He's not law enforcement. He's law enforcement adjacent, but you can't get any more blue than he is. So Tunnel to Towers. He was a huge sponsor for Tunnel to Towers. When we had our Blue Room at Police Week, everybody's familiar here with the Blue Room. If the people here are not listening, is basically what we did at Police Week in Tent City. Is we created a room, a safe place for the families. They're called the yellow placards families. It's all line of duty deaf families. They wear the yellow placards. They come to Tent City after they do their few days of festivities and go to the wall and the candle lighting and stuff like that. They come to Tent City. So the first year when we did it, we were like, there's like no place for them here really to go. I mean, they can go sit and have something to eat, but maybe they needed a spot off to the side. So we set up what we call the Blue Room. Very cliche, but all blue furniture. Danny runs Blue Magazine. He was a sponsor as well. And it was a place for family members to go and just to sit and relax for a couple of minutes, tell a story about one of their loved ones. We put it strategically right next to Johnny Castro's booth, Johnny Castro we hosted. So a lot of these families that come down for the first time get to meet Castro, who's been doing these portraits for 5 years now, and it would put him in the mail a lot. Now they're seeing him for the first time. So they're seeing these portraits, seeing the guy who painted them, and now they have a place to sit down and talk to them, where the year before they were out in the middle, people bumping into them. So that was kind of the inspiration to do the Blue Room. Brian donated to that, so he had a huge part in that. Previously, we spoke about the Winter Wonderland and the Patterson. Santa Comes to Patterson. Brian donated to the Winter Wonderland. So listen, here's the thing about our sponsors, the people that we deal with. Anybody could write a check, right? Anybody could just write a check and give you a check and say, here's 1,000, here's 1,500, do what you do. Our sponsors, the people that we deal with, come to the events, right? They come there, they care. They're not just writing a check, they're into what we're doing. So like I said, he's been at all these events. So Brian comes to, it's weird talking about somebody when they're sitting right next to you like this, right? So Brian comes to Winter Wonderland in Phillipsburg.
You should have wrote it down.
And this is after doing such oh yeah, right. No, I'm not a suit and tie or write down guy. I do write my stuff down. Guy? No, I do write my stuff down, and then I rip it up and throw it away. I've never done a speech. So he comes to Winter Wonderland, and what he donated to, what we applied his funds to, was the Candyland, right? So the Candyland was, as the kids went around the room and they got to the candy station, they got to pick out whatever candy they wanted, gummies or sweet tarts and all the stuff the kids like these days. I don't know the names of them. They're actually over there.
Does that make him the Candyman?
Sprees, yeah, he's the Candyman, but don't say it 3 times.
Because the Candyman can.
Yes. So we're standing there, and he says to me, "Hey," and there's a whole other story about PS5s. I'm not going to get into them now. We had a wealth. We were lucky to have 3 of those friggin' things in 3 days. He's like, "Dude, I got a PS5. Could you use a PS5?" I'm like, "Can I use a PS5?" Yeah, I mean everybody wants them. You could raffle it off. So I said, well, we can't really do a raffle because we've just had 2 in the last couple of days, and we did something with them already. If I get a third PS5, people are gonna think I'm doing some sort of like Nigerian scam or something. No offense to the Nigerians if anybody's listening, but you're known for scamming. I don't know. So, I'm just saying, it's the thing,
They
right?
go hand in hand.
So he says to me, "You're not associated with the Nigerian scams. Don't worry. You're the opposite of that." So he says to me, "Listen, take the PS5 and do with it what you will. I know you'll get it into good hands." So I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm going to tell you now how fucking awesome what you did was and what it meant. So not only is it a PS5, but it's also it's the bundle. It's a Spider-Man game, it's an extra controller, and a month's of free online gaming. Those things were selling online for $1,800 to $2,000 easy all day long going into Christmas. So what we did was we had we did a write-in program. We took Josh's wife, my wife, and Tim Comerford's wife as the committee because we didn't want to be associated with it in case it was cops' kids, right? We wanted to be totally neutral. All the emails come to me. I edited them, took out the information that would point to whether they were law enforcement or not, or if they were in a group or not. Gave them to the ladies, and they picked somebody. Who they picked, Brian, was two brothers. Their mom lives in North Philly, rough spot, right, rough area. She's a nursing. She goes to people's houses. Like, what do you call that when you go?
Visiting health aide?
Visiting health aide, 12 to 16-hour days. So most of the time, the kids spend with their grandmother in Southeast Philly in a nice neighborhood. 3 months before that, she gets hit by a bus, right? She's okay, but recovering.
Grandma or mom?
Grandma. So now, even when they're with the grandma, there's stuff going on. So these kids aren't going to have any sort of, real Christmas. Kevin sends the letter in. The girls pick. This is the one they pick. So Kevin drives up, meets me in Phillipsburg, give him the stuff. Christmas Eve morning, brings it back, and these kids, we can't show pictures online because, they're younger. We don't have the parents' approval. We had it for approval inside of the closed BBO group, which is probably why you haven't seen them. I can tell you this right now. I cried every time I watched the video. I cried because there's a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old, and the 5-year-old is just happy that he got a little Stretch Armstrong like little Spider-Man. The 10-year-old is opening the gift, and he is in legit shock.
Yeah.
Like he's looking at it, and he's like.
Before he starts crying, he keeps saying, "No, you didn't."
Yeah. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Now I'm gonna cry. Then he
tough.
touches his heart. I'm just saying this because that's what you did with this gift. You touched the kid's heart. You changed. I don't know what.
That is huge.
You
Huge.
changed this Christmas for them. You changed this Christmas for me, and you don't know how far that goes. That could be we've had private conversations about our lives and stuff like that too. So that thing that for that 10-year-old could be the thing that maybe a few years from now is the catalyst to him going in that direction, like Bookham talked about before, where it's I remember when this happened to me, and this is why I want to do this or
Saved
do
a
that.
life.
So I know you waited a long time. I've had you here waiting for a long time. This right here, we've only done this. This is only our second year doing this. This is the Civilian Member of the Year for 2020, presented to you, Brian Shea. We're not gonna say the name of the group that you work for. we never got it cleared with compliance. So this is to you. And this does not come. This is well thought about.
Congratulations.
And definitely
Congratulations.
well earned. So I've just spoken a lot. I'm gonna put the mic by you now. I do like to talk. I like the sound of my own voice. You could say a few words here.
I'm floored. I'm never at a loss for words. Like I've kind of heard you aren't ever, and then I'm all of a sudden you get handed this. I wasn't expecting it at all. I'd love to see the video of the kids. I grew up in Baltimore City, and my family really couldn't afford to pay attention. And with being blessed beyond measure with what I do and being able to, with what I do, I get to hang out with my heroes all day. My entire family's law enforcement. My uncle was deputy chief of NSA police. My other uncle was Baltimore City police. My aunt was Haverty Grace police. My other uncle was Baltimore City, 3 Baltimore County.
I did say law enforcement adjacent at the beginning. I just want to let you know that.
And I spent 8 years in the Army. I was a medic, so I didn't serve in your uniform, but I definitely served in a uniform. And it's been the honor of my life to be able to just be a small part of the brotherhood and sisterhood that law enforcement and fire is. And my best friend's a firefighter. His new fiance's a firefighter. So it's to me, it all kind of runs together. I remember going to that event. I think I told you.
Look who I found.
I called you. That event to me meant so much because I remember very clearly going to an event just like that when I was a kid in Baltimore. And I got a little Knight Rider thing that you put the car in the chute and you push it and the car shoots across the floor. It crashed into the cabinets. I destroyed that thing in about a week just because I kept playing with it. But I remember very clearly getting that and this little crappy little fishing pole. Never used it to fish, but that meant so much to me as a kid. And the fact that I was able to do anything to bless anybody else's Christmas is beyond measure. This is just adds to it, but I'm honored to have even been able to do anything.
Well, it's well earned, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. I probably didn't put it into the right words, but like what you just said from when you were a kid, I'm thinking that young man at some point, maybe 10, 15 years from now, is something like this is happening in his life, and he gets to reference back to the time when he got that PS5, and this happened to him, and that might be the thing that, that could change a person. You know what I mean? It shows kids that they might feel that they're hopeless or there's not much going on for them, that while this came out of nowhere, there is. And hope's it's a powerful thing. Hope and faith, huge things. Absolutely. And what you do, the way I don't think you've ever said no to me, ever. And I tend to go to the well quite often when we have charity events because you want to do these things, and we don't have a lot of sponsors. And that's partially because it's hard to raise money because everybody wants a slice of the pie, but it's also because we discriminate. I don't take money, and I don't ask for money for people that I don't get down with. You know what I mean? So it's sometimes it hurts us a little bit, but in the end, I think it's much more of a help because our sponsors are part of our family. They're our friends. So I just want to say thank you very much, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate what
It's
you
an honor.
do.
Thank you.
All right, so that was a 3-hour and 10-minute show. Do we have time to do any any plugs? Okay.
Start from your right.
My right?
If you didn't know that.
Okay, so Tia's first. Plugs, like websites or anything like that.
No, what he means as in your right.
Oh, right here, this way.
Yeah,
So totally counterclockwise.
Anything anybody wants to plug.
Ryan, do you have anything to plug or any? No plugs. All right.
No
Beautiful.
plugs, I'm good.
Next time we have you on, we're gonna have this all cleared, and then we're gonna be able to talk about what you do and how you help.
You know
and
when
what
the
do
next
for
show
them.
is?
Oh yeah,
When
okay. I'm gonna get to that. I'm last. That's my plug.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we know.
Right. Do we have to do that right now while I'm on air, or?
You know what? Just trying to help you out. I'm gonna go back to the booth.
All right, T, do you want to promote K9
Yeah,
High Drive?
man, High Drive K9, man.
High
On
Drive K9.
Facebook, Instagram. Check me out on my personal page, K9 for Life. Also on Facebook, man. We appreciate the follow, appreciate the comments.
Can you
Appreciate the
train Chihuahuas? Can you train my Ivy?
My Jack Russell was a challenge.
Don't be a
So I'm
topper.
saying
Don't
no.
be a topper.
I'm
Nobody
saying
likes
no.
a topper.
I'm gonna say no.
Only
You
a
can't.
bottom likes a top. A bottom likes a topper. A bottom
Look, I
doesn't.
had to call him and say, look, T, I know you're one of the best at teaching dogs to bite. However, I'm going to need you to teach my dog to not bite.
Right.
Listen, it works.
I just want the dog to not shit in the kitchen. That's all I need. That's all I need. I don't need him to bite, not bite.
My wife wants me to stop.
Listen,
You can't have pit bulls, you can't have Dobermans, you can't have German Shepherds, and now they added Chihuahuas
when I get
to
to
my
Rachel,
dog.
when I get to Rachel's, I hear about Titan,
I love pit bulls.
Titan be the
No, it's Tonka.
Tonka being the the enforcer. He's the guy that's the troublemaker. We go to the house, and he's.
I just wanted you to do a plug. I didn't want a Torres story. I already said we're running late. Just do your fucking plug. Shut up.
We just did it.
All right.
Go did it. Go
We
ahead.
can tell the Rachel story in the lab later on with a drink. All right.
I have a drink right now.
I'm
I thought
saying,
this was
3
live.
hours and 15 minutes, bro. He's got to get back to Colorado, wherever the fuck he came from. Matt's going to drive back to the ends of New Jersey. Came all the way up here from like
No, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Wildwood or Cape May or somewhere. Somewhere down there where there's a beach.
It's all about that personal touch, knowing all of us, you know?
Tia, I don't want to say that. I know where you're from. I just don't want to say the exact.
You're by the ferry.
I know where you're from. I just don't want to say the exact town.
I got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
I'll
tell
say
him,
it if you
just
want.
tell him you're by the ferry. The ferry that goes.
I'll
from
do what Will
Delaware.
Sess did when he called in. I'll say your department, how many years you got on, your favorite color. I'll do all that stuff. Fucking Will calls in. He just tell Ron something. He wants to tell us everything. He likes long walks on the beach.
He's bored.
The color blue.
He's bored.
Just pop another Percocet, dude. You can Netflix and chill.
He's bored, bro.
That would be Netflix and pill.
Again, nobody likes a topper. This is my fucking show, Rachel.
Rachel, where's the Netflix?
Between that, yours was the best.
Are you
What was
still watching?
What was your one before with the cat? What was it? The comment you made with the cat? Oh no, not you. That was somebody else that said that. That wasn't you. That was somebody else.
Oh, the guy that left.
Yeah, the guy that left. That was somebody else. All right, Tia, what are you going to plug? We're going to give out websites. and-
TiaBell.com, official Tia Bell on Instagram, and just That's pretty much it.
Okay, where is the craft? Where is the
Craft
store?
is in Wayne.
Can we give an address out?
Yeah, you can. It's 50 Galisi Drive. Just don't show up because
Right, they have to
you don't
make-
know if you're getting in.
Right, you have to make it. Why?
It's by appointment only.
Only appointments.
I've had enough crazies in my life
Okay.
to last me a long time.
Okay, so they.
Stop calling me that.
I told you last week I had enough of it. Every time I go to work, she's there.
So now you go. So they go on your website to make the appointment. Or how do they?
You
make
just
the
call
appointment?
my office. It's 201-857-4990. My secretary will get back to you. We'll set you up an
So
appointment.
how far are you out? Like if somebody wanted to call.
Mike, you're in next week, so you don't have to bust my balls,
All
all
right,
right? Mike,
okay,
I got
all right.
you.
All right, thank you. Because that's all I really care about.
I
I'm just
really
trying-
knew that. I was really going in that direction. We got you. We got you.
Johnny in the booth. Do you have a plug you want to do? Or?
Of course I do. We
Okay.
have www.proudpig.blue. If you're
Yeah.
not patrolling with the pig, you're doing it wrong.
It's true. Rachel?
I'm going to go with Elon, who is a huge law enforcement supporter, owner of eGuard Watches. So it's eGuardWatches.com, defining the moment.
Can you hold that up to like the camera right there? Let them zoom in on that a little bit. I know it's late in the show, Jacob the Inhaler, but do you have the ability at this point to still zoom in on that watch?
I gotta check the industry records to see.
Right. Yeah, I know you're on overtime.
Trying to
They'll
figure
let
out
sure
how
you
many
check.
grams that watch is.
Ray, what do you got? You got anything?
Took me out.
Well,
What's the name of your company? Do you have a construction company?
when I retired, I started BMK Construction, but not to
Why does
plug
Josh-
my
Why
company.
does Josh call it Just Good Enough Construction? Why does he do
We're
that?
gonna go with just good enough construction. We need volunteers. We need cash. We need to redo. We need to build our forever home.
We are
And we're
building-
gonna
we
need
are
people
building a
there.
forever home.
We got a lot of framing to do, a lot of drywall to do. So anybody has the time or the inclination, come down, help us out. We're gunning for the 18th of January start date.
I'll be in Aruba. Knock yourselves fucking out.
I'll
be on the beach.
I'll be there. We're gonna start
Of
framing.
course, I'll have a shirt on. I'm not. No one needs to see
I'm
all
an
this mess.
excellent
But I will be nice with the water and.
We'll be there. We're gonna start framing. We got a lot of ideas that we got to sit down and discuss. Because I really want one of
You
those
guys are already
glass
sitting
rinser
down.
things
You're
for
already
the
sitting down.
for the new high drive
You
bar.
are sitting- Josh wanted to point out you're sitting down right now.
So-
if you're not aware.
So we need to make that happen. So anybody available, come down, bring a check, bring cash, bring a hammer, and we'll make it happen.
Matt, I'm assuming you just want to give out your email. You want everybody to send you a patch that's listening, right? Is that what we want to do
Good
here?
enough. Good enough.
Good.
No, I'm good.
No plug. Okay. Did you can't do a plug?
No.
All right. So what I'm going to plug is our next show is Saturday, February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. It's called The Blue Bachelor. It's a 2-hour show, and we're going to have a single cop dude in here, and then we're going to have some lovely ladies out there. We're going to try to set this up kind of like a real show. The 3 ladies are out there. The cop
Like
is
the
in
dating
here.
game.
Like the dating game, but we want to keep it more updated because if you say the dating game now, nobody knows what the hell you're talking about except us old folk. The Bachelorette, the Bachelor, the Blue Bachelor. I got Mike Soma working on our designs for this. It's going to be awesome. I believe I saw a couple of people here that are going to be on the show. We might as well see. I'm having a hard time. So all these dudes that I want to get, like there's a couple of guys, and they're wondering who the girls are going to be.
Oh, that's not fair. They can't do that.
I can
No,
assure you that it's not me.
they can know what the girls. They can know what the girl. He can know what the girls look like. They can't know who. Oh wait, he's got to choose the girls, right?
Right.
Oh shit.
We're not supposed to know each other.
nobody
None of
All
each
right.
other.
Okay. All right. But wait.
Watching SNL, they
It's
do that
just
all
put
the
your
time.
hand in there. Look at the hand. Don't not your face, just the hand. All right. Wait. Is Honey Dip here? I thought I saw her before. No. You're the only one that came. Oh, I thought Honey Dip came. So apparently, what happens is people. She's gonna be.
Honey Dip's here.
Is Honey Dip here?
Yes.
Oh, she's not going to be in? Yes, she is. No, she's not.
She's gonna be my special guest host. Go get Honey Dip. So this is what happens. Everybody gets on a show. You can get up and go if you have to go. Yeah, go.
I'm going.
No, it's not like we have any sort of a semblance of order here anyway. They show up the shit like an hour ago. So yeah, Brian, you too. Get up and go.
I'm not going to pee in the studio.
No. So
Danny would hate me.
I'm coming.
So-
I'm coming with you, girl. Can I squeeze by you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
everybody just get up out of their seats. Don't worry about it. This is what happens.
Just make sure you ask specific questions.
Yeah. Come sit next to me over here, girl. Come sit right here. Oh, you sit right there. So here's your microphone. Apparently, hello dear. How are you?
Hi, guys.
So apparently, everybody that comes on the show, when they want to get in, you smell really good.
Tom Ford.
Okay, I don't know who's that guy. Is that good?
It's excellent.
I just got Julie.
It's like a $300 perfume.
Oh, really? I didn't pay that much. I just got Julie for Christmas. Juliet Has a Gun, not a perfume. You ever hear of it? No. It's very popular. It's at Sephora, I think, sells it. It was hard to find. Anyway, this is Honey Dip. So apparently when anybody's going to come on the show, everybody needs to have a show name.
That's
so
right.
on the 13th, Honey Dip over here. Can we say your real name? You want to do
No.
we can't say
No,
her
you
name?
cannot.
Not
No,
even
you
her-
cannot.
Not even her first name?
Not even her first name.
For BBO?
No, this is
Honey
actually
Dip.
a live podcast,
You
and
heard-
everybody who's watching is going to know.
Honey Dip.
Honey Dip. Okay,
Honey
so,
Dip.
Keep it as Honey Dip.
So Honey Dip, Honey Do or Honey Dip?
Honey Dip.
Honey Dip here is going to be in a special co-host. So we're going to have Johnny over here, Honey Dip over here. No, Johnny can't come in that day. Unknown's going to sit with me.
Yes.
Unknown, Honey Dip.
I don't know who the fuck Johnny is.
No, you're Johnny.
Unknown. Unknown had that hoodie on today too.
No,
Ironic how
not
that
this
works.
hoodie.
Oh, wasn't that one?
Unknown is coming in. Honey Dip's over here. I'm here. Bachelor here, right?
Okay.
Bachelorette's outside.
Love you, brother.
Just like the real show.
Okay.
And then what's going to happen is the Bachelor's going to ask the Bachelorette's questions.
Yep.
So it's kind of like the dating game, but with an updated name, the Blue Bachelor. And then later on, we're going to have a Blue Bachelor.
Can we get those cool chairs that the?
But the chairs are out there already.
Yeah, the cool chairs like they had on.
Yeah, the
on,
hot-
on,
the
on
hot
the
chairs,
show.
yeah.
They're out there.
We had those
Yeah.
chairs, those high
Yeah.
chairs.
Let me just say this: the three women. All right, so you know what? Why don't you describe? Because
No,
I am,
you do it.
No, I'm married. So first of all, let me just say this, Josh. Let me just say this. Let me have this mic back. Let me say this. Julie has never been to a show. Yeah, they don't know. They don't understand. They get out in here. They're quiet. They get out there. They're all animals. They don't care. Listen, let me explain this. On Saturday, January 13th, from 5 to 7 p.m., when we do the Blue Bachelor, the dating game, the whole show, the 2
Remember
hours.
when I
We need the
predicted
2
this
hours.
was going to be a 4-hour show?
Josh,
I'm sorry.
Has Julie ever been to a show?
No.
No. She's
No?
coming to that show.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, look at me. I'm a fucking mess. Who wants me? But for some reason, all these pretty
Apparently
ladies are
the
gonna be
gays.
there.
We
The
established
gays.
that
Well,
earlier.
you know what? I said I'll take them where I take the compliments where I can get them.
The gays.
So Julie's gonna come into the show too. Isn't Stacy coming in too?
Yes.
The dog will be healed by then. She's coming
please.
in too. Yeah.
Why, dude?
You're on a short leash.
I
too.
was in such a good spot. You had to bring the dog into this mess.
Mo, if that dog doesn't get its own Facebook page soon, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah, in memoriam.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh my word! I hope
Well-
Stacy. He didn't mean. He didn't mean. He's had a lot to drink. He didn't mean in
That went
memoriam.
dark. Allegedly.
Yeah, so
Missing.
So on the 13th,
Never mind.
we're gonna have the 3 bachelorettes outside, the bachelor in here. There's gonna be some questions, just like the bachelor and the bachelorette have. There are gonna be some physical challenges. Now, the show is on at 5 o'clock. It runs to 7, so we're at least allowed PG-13, possibly NC-17 type things are gonna happen. There will be a Wheel of Romance, and there's a lot of things on the Wheel of Romance. I will say that High Pitch Eric will be sitting in here as well.
Oh, jeez.
There might be an activity with High Pitch Eric on the Wheel of Romance. There may or may not be. I don't know. I don't want to scare the bachelorettes
Who knows
away.
what's going to happen there?
Exactly.
We don't know.
Now,
Clear with HR that Eric's allowed to be here?
yes, they signed the waiver just for the
I
day.
thought I was HR.
Right. Yeah, you signed the waiver.
I did?
Yeah, you did. You
Oh, okay, I
in
did.
Between your drinks.
Skull.
So now, skull. So now,
Skull.
It's a pleasure to be back.
Honey Dip is now going to talk about the 3 women that I have booked, because let me tell you something. Every woman's beautiful in their own way. Every woman. They're beautiful.
Unless you ask Chris, because apparently
Right.
Chris rated 4 women, and one of them really wasn't at all.
By the way, if you've been watching this whole show, for 3 hours and 20 minutes,
You're a fucking lunatic.
You're looking at the ugly. You're looking at the ugly duckling. You're looking at number 4.
If you're watching the show this whole time, you got
Is
a
Chris
bigger
here?
drinking problem
Is
than
Chris
we do.
here? Is Chris here? Is Chris here? Is Chris here?
Chris is here.
Get Chris in here.
Blondes.
Get Chris in here right now.
He can have my seat. Hold on.
Just
I'll-
slide to right
No,
there.
no,
Do not
come
leave
in.
the room. You don't want to leave the room for this.
I'm
Chris,
here.
come in here right now.
Josh.
Immediately, if not sooner.
No,
stay here. You need to be here for this. Chris,
Yeah, Chris.
sit in that chair right there.
Josh, you need to stay here.
Sit in that chair. Put these headphones on.
I should have never hugged him today. Give him a hug and
Put those
everything.
headphones on.
Well, maybe he
Now,
was
Chris.
giving her respect because she has a fiance.
Chris, what I want you to do now is, because we never really addressed this, we can't talk about first place, second place, third place, because they are actually the contestants. So really, you're on point. Because he picked the 3 bachelorettes.
Right.
And now she's
And-
reduced to only being a co-host.
And it's fine. Because
You
I'm
made
not looking
her.
for a guy.
You put her. I know, but he put you in 4th place. Now I want you to look at her, live on the air right now.
Wow.
And tell her why she's 4th place. Be a man.
Don't be bashful now, jerk
You
off.
put her in 4th place. Now tell her why.
You put the boss
What
in
is
4th
she
place.
lacking? In other words, there's a reasons why you put her in 4th place. What could she work on? What could she be better at? Why did you put her in last place? Ooh, look at Jacob the Inhaler over there on the 1s and 2s. You are busted. So tell her now. Tell Honey Dip right now why you put her 4 out of 4.
Damn, Chris, and every time I see you, I hug you.
No
I show
win,
you so
no
much
place,
love.
no show. In other words, you're not even on the ticket. Why?
Are you intimidated by her? Is that why?
No.
Chris.
No.
You give her the rating. Don't look down, like Judge Judy says. Look over there and tell her why.
Just because I put her 4 doesn't mean that she's not beautiful.
Yeah, that's not what I asked.
You're trying to say yourself now. Stop. Say what you said.
Okay, so what you are saying is, out of the 4 beautiful women, she was the least beautiful of those 4 beautiful women.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
And to a woman, that's a loss at any cost. So explain
Thank
yourself.
God I'm full of self-confidence. And I've loved myself since day one.
No.
Well, you know.
So tell her why.
Well, first of all, it's not in a mean way.
No one's saying it was mean.
No.
Don't try to wrap yourself up like it's Mr. Wonderful now. You picked her 4th and tell her why. This is a learning moment for her. She can make improvements.
You're a douchebag.
Why?
Come on, Chris. Let's go.
Say anything.
Tell her. You know why. We talked about this off air. You know why. Tell her. Why is she 4?
Do you remember? I'm trying to.
Do you remember?
You're making it worse by not saying anything.
All right, all right.
You're really fucking it up now.
You're gonna find out right now why you came in 4th place.
I mean, I will say.
Are you racist?
No.
Right,
No.
because I noticed that of
I'm
all
a
the
little bit of,
complexions,
you know,
she's has
I
the
was
darkest
dipped in
complexion.
No,
Is that
not
where the name
racist.
comes from?
Huh?
Very good, dipped in honey.
I was dipped in
Honey
honey.
dipper, honey dip.
I mean,
First of all, call her by her name. When you address her, say Honey Dip, and then this is why.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's Miss Honey Dip to you.
all right, Miss Honey Dip.
Honey.
Say it in a nice way, not in a mean way.
Yeah.
Honey Dip.
Yeah.
Wait, Honey Dip.
Okay, Miss Honey Dip.
Okay.
Hey, put respect on her name. Put respect on her name.
Put some respect on it.
Yeah, like you know, like this.
Yeah,
Chris,
say it
look,
with your chest.
like this. What's up, Honey
Actually, you
Dip?
know what? Before you say anything, say, Miss Honey Dip, may I address you? Because she might not want to hear anything.
You
have
learned
to
nothing.
say.
You learned nothing
Hey,
from
good
him.
point. Good point,
He
Johnny.
learned nothing from
Good
the
point.
dominatrix that we had in here, has he?
Miss Honey
Absolutely
Dip,
not.
may I address you?
All right. May I address you, Mrs. Honey Dip?
Yes, you may, sir.
Okay, now tell her why. Just get right to it. Her husband's not here. Our fiance's not here. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
I'll
He's
say.
watching the show, though.
But he will see this.
Which I didn't even tell that part of the story. What a pair of balls on him. I'm a big guy. He's a big dude.
He's a
right?
SWAT guy. SWAT commander.
He's a SWAT commander, big dude, can handle himself, got tattoos in all the right places. You did just enough to see that means something on there, and then you look right at her and say 4.
But maybe
So-
it was respect for him because she.
No, there was no respect given that on that particular day. Now tell us why.
I'll basically. The reason why I put her at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because.
Well, you're not talking to me. You're talking to her. The reason why I put you at 4.
Hey, Major Tom, the ground control, land a fucking plane.
All right, so just because, like I said before, just because I put you at 4 doesn't mean that you're ugly.
I never think that.
No, it's
I know
not
how
that.
They might look at me
What
and
is it,
trust
though?
me and
The
what they
reason
tell
why
me.
You're beating around the bush.
No. Hey, can you?
But is there a bush?
You're busted.
I mean,
Tune in February 13th, 5 to 7 to find out. If that don't get him, nothing will. Tell her why.
I mean, compare you to Shay. Shay has a beautiful body.
Oh my, bro! I'm out,
All right,
bro.
So,
you know what?
all right.
I'm out.
No, Ron, you got to stay here because if you don't witness this, you never believe it. So what you're saying is, her compared to Shay has a beautiful body.
Well, yeah.
Meaning
I
she
mean, I've
doesn't.
seen her in a photo shoot in a bikini and
So you're
34.
saying she
So
doesn't
what are
have
you
a
trying to say? So, bro.
So you're
you know
saying
what?
she doesn't have a beautiful body?
Okay.
I mean,
All right, that's
I mean,
one. That's
wait, hold
one.
on.
The show will be February 13th.
No. So that's number one.
The fourth one.
Number one is that she doesn't have a beautiful body. What's number two?
There is no number 2. That's it.
Oh, so
So
the
she doesn't have a beautiful body.
Okay.
I mean, she does, but it's not as good as Shay, though.
Okay, but then what about first of all, Shay did not come in first place.
Honey Dip's fiance,
Shay
did you hear
did
this?
come in
Oh,
Did
Shay
you hear
did come
this?
in first
She
place.
did.
He's watching right now, right?
Okay, but what
Honey
about
Dip's
second?
fiance, did you hear this? Did you hear this? I know you heard this. I want you to hear this. He fucked around and he's about to find out, right?
So what about second
Hey,
and third
somebody give me that
place?
twisted tea in here. Somebody give me that twisted tea in here.
What about second and third place?
Chris is about to
Wow.
get the form.
Bro,
Second and third place.
big
So you're
time.
saying what were the reasons why she didn't finish? Why didn't she finish in second or third place then? We've already established that Shay's body is better than hers.
Uh-huh.
So then who was number two?
Who is number 2?
Who was number
Let's
two?
address them by number, not
Yeah,
names.
names. Who was number two? Why did she fall short to number two? Answer.
Tread lightly, because number 2 standing right here.
Oh shit.
Number two, don't come on air. It's supposed to be a secret.
Actually,
we can't.
I mean, like I said, that's
number
the
two,
only reason.
number 2 can hop on a mic.
I mean,
though.
there's no number 2 reason why she's not, you know.
I think you just did a
No,
number 2.
that's bullshit because I saw you, one of the only times it will be ever allowed, I saw you looking each one up and down, taking mental notes as you were doing it. A couple times you went, like you bent your head like that, like maybe this, maybe that. And then you got to number 1, and that instantly made her number 4. So what are the other reasons? It can't just be that one that you said.
Well, also, that will play.
Do you feel like the other girls are smarter than her?
No.
Okay, do you feel like maybe she just got up with headphones on and thought nothing was going to happen? So say why.
All I know is that when you made these gauges or whatever you want to call them, these statuses, you spoke very freely, very quickly.
He did.
You picked your places very fast.
Let me tell you something. I was
shocked.
impressed.
I really was. Because
I left there saying his balls dropped.
Yeah, big time.
On that particular day.
But now
they're back up in the sack.
Now you have to explain to number 4 why she's number 4. I need to hear this.
And you know
bro.
what's on the line right now? You know what I've just decided? You outside will be the bartender, tuxedo shirt, the t-shirt, not the real one, white gloves, serving all the pretty ladies drinks out there if you answer honestly right now.
All right. So I already gave my answer.
Okay, stop.
Stop with
the sugarcoating. Say it. Fucking say it, bro.
Women like men to be direct.
Yes. Say it.
Women like to have all their flaws pointed out to them directly from the man.
Go big or go home.
Quiet, Chunky.
All right. So.
Oh, you can't come on air. I'm in safe. You can't come on air.
So
you can't come on air.
I mean, besides what I said earlier, there's nothing wrong with her. I mean, it comes down to my preference.
Hey, you know what? There's
Preference,
nothing. There's nothing. Hey, you know what?
After studying his Instagram algorithms, I'm like,
in
oh,
case you didn't know,
But
he just told you now.
Because I like white guys.
There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. He just
so
told
Chris,
you.
so
And
Chris-
what about
skull?
But what about Peruvians?
Skull. So Chris, what's your preference?
What about Peruvians?
Hey, Chris, describe to us your type of girl.
All right, I like.
And don't say Sydney because she.
No, he wasn't gonna say Sydney. He was gonna say Sealy.
That's a story for the next show, bro. We'll wheel that one out.
Wow.
First of all, I like girls who have tags that you can't remove on the penalty of law.
I like girls that.
All right. I have a preference.
I like girls that don't hang out with me when I call.
Wait, hold on.
They don't block me on Facebook.
You know, maybe they.
I like girls who have a pulse.
They might be able to be found at.
I like girls who are breathing sometimes.
I like girls that are breathing. They drink water in a cup.
Sometimes.
So
leave off the last S for sex.
I have preference to like, blonde girls. I also like.
Cindy's not blonde.
Cindy's not blonde.
Wait, hold it. I also like brunette girls. Redhead
All right,
girls.
so he likes blondes, brunettes, and redheads. So that's every
Yeah.
color, right?
So I
That's
like
all the colors.
So he likes blonde, brunettes, 2 fingers in his asshole, and then
So in that order,
I like girls that are breathing.
Mister.
So in that order, that's what my preference.
Say
for
them in
girls.
order again.
What happened? You know on breakfast?
Blonde, brunette, and redhead.
Blonde, brunette,
redheads.
Redheads. Okay.
All right.
I like what else?
And girls who are easy to get around with, talk, sociable.
Girls were easy to get over.
Wow.
What?
Sociable, like easy to talk to.
Sociable? They're sociable?
Sociable.
Oh, so you like strippers?
So you like
strippers? You like strippers?
No!
Strippers. You like girls with the name of Violet, Crystal.
Yeah,
That's
Christian likes
Barbie.
He likes hookers of every color.
You like strippers? Yeah, bro. This dude is fucking crashing and burning
Honey
right
dip.
before our eyes, bro.
Honey dip. Are you satisfied with Chris's answers as to why you were picked fourth?
I'm
And you're
satisfied.
okay with it?
Oh, I don't mind.
You
He's
don't
a
mind?
virgin, still.
He's what?
Nick, get up on Nick, I can't even take this.
All right, hold on. Chris.
You can't compare,
Chris.
so.
Chris. Let me ask this question. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I do.
You don't want to put him on the spot.
Are you a virgin?
Huh?
Are you a virgin?
No, basically.
Listen. Hey,
Are
listen.
you a virgin? Wait, hold
Hey,
on.
listen, hold on.
All right.
Listen.
This is a show.
Okay, listen.
Next show is not the 13th.
Hey,
Next
hey.
show, I don't even need. I'm just gonna be me and Chris. We're gonna chat.
Grand opening, grand
Beastie.
Girls have a vagina.
No, wait, hold on. Seriously. Basically.
He had intercourse,
No,
but he didn't ejaculate.
Basically, you're a virgin. Basically.
Intercourse,
Technically.
All right.
Technically, okay. What's the technically?
What does you technically a virgin mean?
Because I bang a stripper.
Whoa! So you have to pay for her.
Wait.
Oh,
You're talking
you banged
about,
the
wait,
stripper.
hold on. You're talking about.
You banged the stripper.
Oh, yeah. Cállate. Cállate. Cállate la boca.
Cállate.
Oye.
Where's the Lysol?
No joda.
Spray him down.
Okay? Listen. So you banged a stripper.
Yeah, it's true.
Pee-pee to the vagina.
Yes.
How much?
All right. So
inside?
why is that base? You mean she was just a basic stripper, like
He's
not a
saying
high-end
how
stripper,
much?
or
How much
Because-
did you pay?
There was no emotion behind what you did.
No.
So that's why he's saying basic.
no motion? How did it even?
No, emotion.
Oh, emotion.
How much did you pay? How much did you pay?
80.
Rachel.
Wait, in dollars?
Yeah, in dollars. Not gonna be on fucking euros.
How much did you pay? It was
He
pesos?
lied. He paid yen.
What was her name?
Michael.
Fuck you, man.
Michelle.
No, Elizabeth.
That's
her name.
Elizabeth.
backwards.
Dominican girl.
So not a blonde.
Oh,
No.
Dominican
Not a
girl.
brunette.
No.
Not a redhead.
It's a Dominican girl.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Chris, that's a fucking lie, because there ain't no Dominican girl named fucking Elizabeth. All right, bro?
I mean, that might be her.
Maybe
her
they
fake
changed their
name.
names.
It was Lisbeth.
No, first of all, wait. First of all, I don't know no stripper who changes her name from Diamond, her real name, to Elizabeth, her stripper name. It goes the other way.
Well, this escalated quickly.
If you had to rank,
government name.
All right, I'm gonna throw this over to Jacob the Inhaler. He has something very important to say. Jacob.
we're mid conversation here.
Jacob. Jacob.
That's true. I don't know what happened. I couldn't ejaculate.
You couldn't ejaculate? You mean you couldn't
Wait,
come?
so
You couldn't come.
So you did. We don't talk like that here.
Oh,
We're a
Jim?
professional show.
That's why I said ejaculate.
You did penis to vagina.
Yeah, we're the FCC, right? Oh, yeah. Of
And
course
no
not.
ejaculation.
I couldn't ejaculate.
finish.
I got hard.
Right.
Erection, but no ejaculation. I don't know what happened.
Whoa.
Can
What do you
have
mean you don't know what the hat?
have him rank
I
her
can't even. I can't.
as a car?
How did
As a car. You know, like he's a big car, right? What car?
Okay.
would-
Rank her.
No, rank them. Well,
Okay.
rank them both.
Let me ask you this: Honey Dip is here, and Elizabeth was the stripper. If Honey Dip and you see that? I saw one do them in '84. Did you see me block that with the boom? So if Honey Dip and Elizabeth were both strippers, come on, dude.
Oh.
If Honey Dip and Elizabeth, I blocked that one too. If Honey Dip and Elizabeth were both are both cars, what kind of car would Honey Dip be? And what kind of car would
Better be
Elizabeth
a nice car, 'cause I
and
drive a
we're
nice
gonna
car.
take it out on that. We're gonna take it out on that.
All right.
Like if your dream
Honey
girl,
Dip is a car. What kind of car is
If
she?
your dream girl is the Lambo that you want so bad, what are they?
Is Honey Dip like a Fiat? Is Honey Dip
No,
a Yugo?
no.
Well, she came in 4th place. Is she a Honda Hoopty?
Nah, I could put her as a.
All right, let's hear this. He's gonna put you somewhere.
A Lexus LC convertible.
What's an LC mean?
I don't know.
Limited capacity?
That's the name of the car.
Listen,
LC.
All right, so she's a Lexus.
As the producer. As the producer.
Yes.
I'm cutting you all the fuck off.
Okay.
This is.
Wait, hold on. You can't do that because I tried to do that to your show.
But
You're
is she
fuck
like?
you.
Go too late.
Is she in like
This is a
92
post-
Lexus, or is she like a 2021?
This is a
Is this for me?
show.
No, 2021.
All right.
All right, cool.
This is a post
We're
show.
gonna go off here. Hold on.
This is
All
a
right, so
post-show
everybody, thank you.
conversation.
No,
Book
I
'em.
think that's hers, bro.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is a
Book
post
'em,
show.
Ray.
Danny, you gotta leave me alone.
You're hot, bro. Thank you, Chris.
We're signing off.
I'm not for everyone.
We're going
That's
out.
Okay.
The show actually ended like an hour ago. This was just for our fun.
Going out.
Chris is kind of a virgin.
Goodbye. Because I gave her one already and I can't.
If you are searching for a doctor that truly cares about your overall health, Dr. Alex at Tri-State Health and Wellness. For more than 11 years, Dr. Alex has been treating law enforcement professionals and their families while focusing on one-on-one care so you never feel rushed. All necessary testing can be conducted during your visit, and they feature flexible hours and appointments to accommodate alternating work schedules. Tri-State Health and Wellness is conveniently located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Contact Dr. Alex today by visiting www.bluetristate.com. Mortgages for everyday heroes. From Michelle Hendershot and Homebridge Financial Services. If you're looking to purchase a home or refinance an existing mortgage, Michelle Hendershot can assist you every step of the way. With over 10 years of experience assisting law enforcement officers with their dream of owning a home, the choice is simple. Contact Michelle Hendershot today. Visit www.mortgagesforblue.com. Are you tired of sleeping alone each night? Feeling sluggish during the day? Is your snoring keeping your spouse awake at night? If you find yourself spending too much time on the couch, maybe it's time to visit Dr. Michael Doblin of At Home Sleep Solutions. Dr. Doblin is the preferred sleep apnea doctor of New Jersey's law enforcement officers. With the help of a custom-fitted oral device, you can finally say goodbye to noisy, antiquated sleep apnea machines. For more information and to schedule an appointment today, contact Dr. Michael Doblin. Visit www.bluesnore.com. Moment of Silence, Inc., along with Blue Suicide, is a nonprofit organization founded to support and raise awareness about the epidemic of suicides amongst law enforcement, military personnel, and first responders. For more information on how you can help, visit momentofsilenceinc.org. If you're in the market for a new vehicle or a certified used vehicle, then visit Fetty Auto Group, located at the junction of Route 46 and Route 3 in Clifton, New Jersey. Fetty Auto Group stands shoulder to shoulder with the men and women in blue. Stop by and ask for Troy Mall and ask about the offers for first responders. For more information, visit FettyAuto.com. That's FettyAuto.com. The Blue Magazine, the law enforcement publication by law enforcement professionals for the men and women of law enforcement. The unfiltered voice of law enforcement. TheBlueMagazine.com. Are you patrolling with the pig? If not, you're doing it wrong. Check out all the newest swine swag at ProudPig.blue. They are dirty by design. Check it out now. Visit www.proudpig.blue for all your swine swag. Visit www.proudpig.blue. Resumes by Joe. Owned and operated by retired NYPD second grade detective Joe Federa. With over 20 years of professional resume writing experience and focusing on translating what we do as cops into language that the corporate world can appreciate. We put an emphasis on ensuring that your cover letter and resume will be best received by the applicant tracking system used by most companies today. Check out our website at www.resumesbyjoe.com or call Joe directly at 347-992-4523. Don't forget to ask about the 50% discount for BBO members and most unions across the country. Give us the job of helping you get the job. Contact Resumes by Joe today. If you're a member of the law enforcement profession and are looking to establish long-lasting business relationships with businesses that are blue-friendly, it's time to visit visitblue.com. Visitblue.com features some of the best doctors, lawyers, realtors, as well as other service providers, such as home improvement and financial services. If you are looking for reliable, trustworthy service providers, visit visitblue.com. That's www.visitblue.com. Founded in 2014 by retired NYPD police officer Michael Burke, Brothers Before Others is a national 501c3 law enforcement charity comprised solely of both sworn and retired police officers. Since their inception, Brothers Before Others has sent floral arrangements to the services of all line-of-duty deaths, regardless of where in the country they occur. Having spent over $350,000 to date, while the National Flower Fund remains their cornerstone, their benevolence has since grown well beyond that, even into the civilian world. For more information on how to get involved or to donate, visit brothersbeforeothers.org, or you can visit their public forums on all social media platforms by searching Brothers Before Others. Founded in 2016 by professional musician Neil Giraldo, 3-Chord Bourbon has developed a process that is defined as the perfectly tuned taste, blending carefully selected whiskey bourbon and rye whiskey stocks from Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. Designed to be enjoyed with friends and family, 3-Chord Bourbon will leave you with the same feeling you experience after hearing that perfect song. You'll know their whiskeys are right from the very first sip. For more information on 3-Chord Bourbon and available merchandise, visit 3chordbourbon.com. Line of Duty Cigars, owned and operated by retired NYPD Detective Tom Werther. Visit lineofdutycigars.com for our handmade Nicaraguan cigars, custom ashtrays, custom humidors, and custom flask sets. Also, when you place an order, you choose the law enforcement, first responder, or veteran charity, and Line of Duty Cigars donates 10% to that organization. Planning a special event? Contact us today. Visit www.lineofdutycigars.com.